Hey, welcome back to Métropole Grid. My name is Andre. Thanks so much for tuning in. It's May 7th, 2026. It's a Thursday evening. I just was watching, or more actively listening, to the end of Measured Response. I think I got the last like 20 minutes. I reckon you might have been there too, talking about technical debt, which is a quite fun topic. Hopefully everyone's well. I just want to say on the top of the stream before I catch up with chat, today's been a bit of a rough day. We got some bad news around here, so yeah, I think we're still gonna be fine. Like, our mood's gonna be okay. It's like really nice to hang out on stream and hang out with folks, but if I'm in a bad mood, I think that's probably it. So we'll see if streaming is a responsible thing or not. Yeah. How's everyone doing? Hey, Cold Lava, we're here. Welcome. Decklist of the week 2, and one that I'm not gonna play out of principle, and that's because it is not a legal deck anymore. For those who don't know, the new 2605 ban list dropped as of 6 days ago, if I'm not mistaken. And this little guy, this little extract here, this 18 credits worth of power, is it's not here anymore. So I don't know what to do with this one. I think we don't do it because I don't think you can play this deck without this. What is Op doing without extract? Fight fire with fire. Hey, lost my thumbs. Hey, floating. Sorry to hear it. Hugs down from down under. Thank you, Delta. Don't queue Prav traps tonight. I mean, we can just kind of brain off into some traps, right? Like, we don't have to play our deck. We just like touch the right things. How's it going, Radish? Sorry to hear about your med dudes. It's all right, Cold Lava. Thank you, though. You can play the runner-up to the deck list of the week. You think there's a runner-up? Because I think the runner-up is Odo Nuvo with how I shitposted my way to first undefeated MTL districts. Is that the second post? Oh, you think it's this one? I could see why you think that's the case. I could see why. And look at these numbers, okay? Obviously, they might have changed so far. 38 likes or favorites, 37 favorites. 20 stars, 19 stars. Less comments. I'll be honest, I know that Rigging Up just put out a video about this. I haven't watched it yet. You can't ask me to be excited about companions. You can't. It's the worst part of Netrunner is Keiko and companions. It's the worst part of Netrunner. It truly is. I can't be excited about it. I don't know what to say. It's obviously not a personal attack. Of course it's not. But like, the worst part of Netrunner, shout out to Technical Debt, is these little guys. We gotta get rid of them. Gotta get rid of them years ago. And not that I don't like them. I like them. I also don't like them. Well, hope you're doing okay. I'm doing okay, Rahid. How's it going? I just finally finished all the New York City districts. Really fun footage. The fact that at the end of the game, it was about to be like, so I'm gonna maybe misspeak the story. You can watch this, mind you. It's up on OS or operating system where Kato did the stream. But in one of the top games, which was single elimination, a player was just about to get a deck loss, a game loss, I think, and their opponent conceded. And like respectfully conceded because they were losing the game so hard. And they were like, okay, hold on. I was going to concede like 10 seconds ago. I'm just going to concede and we don't have to worry about this, which is like such a respect move. Really, really cool to see that ending. Ob is languishing without extract. That's what it's doing. I'm assuming people are trying to play like full assets. Like maybe you can just play full assets. Because obviously one of the big things is not only losing 18 credits, but you lose the sort of proactivity, the way to fire your ability on your turn, on your demand. And that's obviously valuable, let alone a 3 credit econ card that gives you 9 credits is nonsense, right? So like maybe you just go full horizontal and play more cards that will just fire your ability. I can't tell. I know there's a runner-up. The runner-up is Rat Lat by 1 heart. I don't know if it's strictly hearts, but I haven't looked at the GitHub code. Johnny versus Chromatically almost gave me a heart attack. Yeah, Laura, that you were on the mic, weren't you? Yeah, that was definitely a game. And like, oh my God, was Johnny just destroying that game? Hey, Wenjong, how's it going? Pete's game also had a game loss? Wait, have I seen it yet? Maybe I haven't seen that yet. Maybe I'm missing it out. I've exclusively won games on Ob totally playing without extract, just playing combo. Like full kill combo, like mutually assured destruction combo. I guess you're right. That's an ob deck that doesn't exactly need extract. The whole top cut was pretty scuffed. Do you think the top cut was scuffed because it was late in the day and like people were tired? Or do you think the top cut was scuffed because you were playing Netrunner next to a video wall that was playing giant wrestlers that were like 27 feet tall? Do you think it was that? Do you think it was people were tired? Or do you think it was the 27-foot wrestlers grabbing, you know, nice sweaty people and slamming them into things? Because it could have been either. From where I was sitting, it could have been the wrestlers. It was all thanks to WrestleMania. It wasn't actually WrestleMania. I was like, what's going on? And I had to piece it together. It was probably American wrestling, which is what we call it here in Canada. We have our own rules. Canadian wrestling, there's only 3 downs. The field is bigger. It's different. Hey, Komodo, I really like Flood Op because the acronym is FLOOB. Flop. It's fun to say. Hey, Jay, how's it going? How you doing? It's a sure destruction. Very cool. Both semis had technical game losses, and in the finals game, I was so flooded that I started watching WrestleMania. Oh, yeah, I was watching your hand. No, I did see the finals. Yeah, you didn't figure out how to draw all the agendas in the 8-agenda deck. Yeah, that was the thing that you're not meant to do. And I honestly had that. Like, foreshadowing is a literary device. Because when we were on stream playing the list, we were also flooding. And then everyone's like, the classic row heat play. And I knew there was a loaded story in there somewhere. And I found out the story. That's good. That's really nice. It's Chekhov's gun or something. Hey, Pat, subtle marketing for our upcoming Luchador themed set. Super subtle. Really subtle. Also very expensive. Hey, Solamir, also in Canadian wrestling, they have to say sorry after every hit. It's expected. I don't know if this is real or not, but I've read it on the internet and I've done no more research about this. But there is like some sort of legal precedent in Canada, no joke, where if you do get into an accident, say like a vehicle accident, and if you get out of your car and you go to the other person and say, oh my God, I'm so sorry, are you all right? The act of saying sorry is not legally like related with an admission of guilt. In Canada, they have ruled that saying sorry is so reflexive that it is totally separate from an admission of guilt, right? Like if you walk into me, I'll say sorry. It doesn't matter where I'm standing. Canadian wrestling rules, shout outs to Bret Hart. Hey, Cranked, how's it going? I don't know much about wrestling, but actually Quebec, where we are, has huge ties to wrestling. I think Bret Hart is probably from the prairies. I'm not 100% sure, but there's like a lot of really strong, classically like powerful wrestlers from Montreal area. God, you said sorry, the most Canadian wages then? Sorry? Sorry? It's kind of weird that you need a rule for that. No, it isn't, because like legally someone can be like, oh, you apologize, it's your fault. I mean, like it's messed up, but like legally messed up. Hey, Diamond, how's it going? Can we talk about how Cold Lava was using Plutus and Extract to simulate the effect of another banned card? What? Wait. I don't think I realized this deck of Plutus in it. I just saw Extract and my eyes was like, oh, I don't have to worry about this. I cannot believe that the deck list of the week is an illegal deck list. Like, y'all had one job last week. We were just to make a playable deck list of the week, and we went this way. Which, like, I'm so excited for Cold Lava. Congratulations once again. But yeah, that's really funny. We made our own Sphigator Excavator by just using Plutus here. That's kind of cool. Plutus is a really cool card, isn't it? Why are you here, Diamond? Go to bed. Bret Hart is out of Calgary. That's what I thought. But yeah, Quebecois wrestling rules too. Shout outs to Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and Speedball Mike Bailey. We could have had Rat Lat. I mean, y'all were so close. I think you had to do one more social media push. And I was saying it, like I dropped my email address last week and I didn't get any PayPal money. Okay, just to be a good sport, I'll play Rat Lat once, but I'll be grumpy the whole time, okay? Is that a good trade, or would you rather me not sully it? Because we can do this. It is a Shaper deck, which I know that they've talked about making changes and taking one of the rats out, but it's a Shaper deck that plays all of the most boring economy cards in the whole game. All of them at once. Does it have a win condition? Technically, yes. You can watch this being played on Neon Static. Are we doing it? Are we actually doing it? Is it technically illegal on JNet? I don't know if they implemented the ban list yet. It is illegal on JNet. Oh, it has Burner? Yeah, Burner's cool. Burner's a good card. I like Burner. JNet hasn't updated the ban list. I'm not going out there and playing an illegal deck list because we can. Hey, Andre, enjoyed the debut stream from 8 years ago. Nato, did you find it as well? Okay, Lucy was saying this, and I don't want to bring this up because obviously we're like strike-sending ourselves. We started streaming a long time ago, and I think Lucy was saying, maybe I'm wrong about this, but Lucy was saying that she got recommended the first ever Métropole Grid stream. It was called like inaugural stream, something like that. And I want to say as well, I got recommended the other day, and other people are getting it recommended the other day. Yeah, it came on your recommended. It came up on my recommended, and I watched like a first couple minutes of it, and I've decided I had enough. And other folks are getting recommended. You left a comment. I know. Yeah, this is an inaugural YouTube stream. It is from 8 years ago. I'm in the old apartment. I look kind of similar. But yeah, maybe at some point we should watch it. I'm imagining it's pretty scuffed, but for fun. It's just kind of, it's weird to have a time capsule of yourself. I'm not someone who takes a lot of photos, but I always have this sort of like, again, there's probably 400 streams of me on the internet, for better or for worse. You were definitely figuring it out. That is a nice. This is the way to say. That is such a nice backhanded compliment, SRN. And I genuinely, obviously, you're correct, but you were definitely figuring it out. Is such a good comment. Bro has not aged in 8 years. I have different facial hair. What are you talking about? Oh man, I do look the same. Meteor, how's it going? Andre, in nearly a decade, I can say you've aged well. Thank you. I do have the gray hair coming in. You can tell slightly. I'm okay. These streams have aged like wine. I imagine some of them are pretty good. And this is the weird thing. Like, we're always, wrapped up in the idea of the modern meta and the cards we know and the ban list, and we can't play extract. But genuinely, there's probably a lot of content on this channel that, regardless if you know the cards or regardless if you know the ban list, they're probably fun because Netrunner is always consistently interesting. Like, I'll boot up a good old Kiv video from I'm going to say a number that's not old enough, from 2014 and enjoy it. Obviously, I know the cards a bit. Not a backhanded compliment, that's a front-handed insult. No, it's good. Said I was working on something. Oh, wow. I really enjoyed your grid draft stream. That was a fun one. That one wasn't that old, though. The one with Muhammad? Right? It's cool to see you dooming about a meta a decade ago. Nothing ever changes. I imagine back in the day, I had way more vocal fry, which was not learned. It was just a thing. I swore a lot more. I think over the last little while, I've tried to swear as much as I swear in my life. I think I just used to swear in my life more. That's kind of a thing that comes and goes with age, I'd hope, or sailing or something. But I have been swearing less, and I do think that makes the content easier for more people to watch. I don't think anybody watches the content and thinks this would be better content if he swore more. But there's definitely people that watch it to be like, that's too many. We're allowed one bad swear a stream, and usually we have to tactfully put it somewhere. Kiv mentioned? Yeah, Kiv mentioned. And it's also cool because I get to see like Kiv videos where it's like Kiv plays against Encaran. And like Encaran was a meta made from like many, many years ago. So you kind of get a 2-for-1 on your value, which is good. Oh my God, when I started hearing my comms, I also realized I had unintended vocal fry. Sorry, Laura. I do not think you have vocal fry. If you have vocal fry, you have an acceptable amount of vocal fry. Not enough to be like, why is there vocal fry here? I'm still sad about losing that clip I made about you winning a Merc on turn 2. It was an incredible crash out. I guess we can talk about this really quickly, but YouTube Shorts is like a really big thing. And I want to say this, not in a way to put anybody down, because I think if I made YouTube Shorts, it would be very good for this channel. YouTube Shorts do really well. They really help in the algorithm. People watch YouTube Shorts. I think on average, more people watch YouTube Shorts than YouTube long form. I think this audience might be a bit skewed towards not being the case. Shout out to watching a 4-hour tier list video. What are we doing? But I feel like just against making YouTube Shorts. I don't know. I don't like it. I think there's so many parts of Shorts that I just don't like. And I want to tell you professionally, I make YouTube Shorts for a living. So do with that as you will. Your gray hairs are fine. I always say that every gray hair is earned. I've had a lot of gray hairs since finished chemotherapy 6 years ago, and I say that every gray hair is another day you survived. Heck yeah, Impish. Firstly, congratulations. Secondly, that's a nice way of thinking about it. I'm not worried about gray hairs. I think they look good. Generally, I think gray hair looks quite good. While eating peanut butter filled pretzels and listening to Oliver Tree, hope you have a good stream, homie. Hey, Mataver, thank you. I want to tell you, peanut butter pretzels are one of my favorite foods in the whole world. They've made a lot of food out there, and that is the one food that might be my favorite. Thank you. We're all roasting Riel's Valley Girl accent on stream Monday. Riel does sometimes have the Valley Girl accent for sure. The Shaper clip is classic. Wait, which one is that? I'm thinking of the Mercury one where we win in like a turn. I love my gray hair. Heck yeah. I'd probably not watch Metropole Shorts. I do watch every stream VOD in full length. Hey, Addison, so I might not be the target audience. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they're healthy. I don't think they're good. I don't think shorts are good for you, but it's up to you to decide that. I'm unironically looking forward to seeing more gray hairs in my beard. Yeah, Cranked. You're gonna age quite well. I'm in for that too. Just put in random clips. I need to figure out how to cut up clips from our rigging up videos for shorts. It's easy. Just put in random clips and overlay the Vine boom. There's definitely software that can do it better for you. I generally, when I make clips, I have to do it a bit more holistically, at least like for my professional work, where I actually have to take like something that was made for, non-clip, and then I actually have to reposition it, and then I'm showing like screen software, so it takes a lot of work, but it's not that hard. It's really easy. There's also a lot of like free online software that will do your, if you want to have, and you should, if you're making clips content, you need to have captions, because the majority of people don't watch mobile stuff with sound on. So there's a bit of work you have to do, but a lot of the stuff is like CapCut is free. There's a lot of software that will do subtitling for free, captioning for free. They do an okay job. I think I got the Mercury clip saved. Lanza, let me know if you do. I think I can figure out where to find it, because there's not that many. I'm assuming it's a stream where Mercury's on the cover art. And there's not that many streams where Mercury's on the cover art. The Shaper one is you saying Shapers can't be good because of breakers in SMC and Trickshot? Wait, why is that a good clip? Is this a clip that just gets put into deck lists to roast me? My first 2 gray hairs were named after my children. My third was Axu. Oh, I don't love as my receding hairline and balding crown would take a full head of gray hair over these any days. Do YouTube links get nuked in chat? Lanza, they do. They 100% do. Or more accurately, if you posted one, I didn't see it, so I'm assuming they get nuked. Radish is true. A sure sign of aging is that you're starting to find Axu funny. Huh. I DM'd you the Shaper clip. It's so good. Okay. Wait, if I play it, I don't think we're going to be able to hear it, which is the issue. Yeah, my audio is routed in a really cursed way so that you just can't hear YouTube. So Reheat, I'll set it up next stream and we'll watch it. I'm so sorry, but I can't pull it up really easily right now. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can do it. This is probably not the best use of time, but apparently it's good. Twitch put out quite a sophisticated shorts maker. It actually seemed neat as much as clips are a black hole from which light never escapes. From my understanding, so much of like success on the internet right now is clips and like paying people to promote your clips. You cannot let Shaper be good. It's from a stream in which we played Lightning Laboratory, so you know it's going to be good. Okay, hold on. Oh God, I full screened myself, so we know we're serious. Give me 1 second. I think I have to shut all of this down. Can we hear this? No, I can't even hear it. I can't hear it. Yeah, sorry. I'll put the link in the description for sure. I'll just put this link here. I guess y'all can watch it on your own time. I can't even hear it. You can't hear it. I can't hear it. I can't hear it, but it's in there. I'm assuming it's me saying we can't make Shaper good. And I think this got linked into a deck list. Sam looks young there. This is a young photo of Sam. It's also specifically at the time, I think, a young photo of Sam. Sent you a screenshot of the Mercury moment on Discord. It's a beautiful frame. Okay, hold on. I just closed Discord again. Thanks, Laura. Oh, great. Yeah, this is open media link. This is after winning on turn 2 in a single turn from Mercury. Just super upset. Oh, that's really funny. We can probably tell what date this is on. Oh no, the date timestamp is not on. But yeah, this clip is just really good. We ended up like winning in a single turn, stealing 5 points and just getting upset. We like stole 5 points and we're like, I guess we have to run R&D to win the game, and we do. And we're like very unhappy with ourselves. Tang was fine with it, surprisingly. But that's good. That's good. They're probably a bit more well adjusted than I am. Sometimes that happens. Fan Shaper for real? Hey, Daria. Kind of. Kind of. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. I want to watch 4-hour documentaries, not clips. Yeah, tell him, Cold Lava. Me too. Did anybody watch Quinn's Quest today? Firstly, Quinn's Quest today is so good. I have never played a tabletop RPG. If you don't know Quinn's Quest, it's a YouTube channel where Quentin Smith goes and now doesn't do shut up and sit down stuff, but has gone on instead to do tabletop RPG stuff. And his last video is for an RPG system called Stone Top, I believe. And it looks absolutely like the coolest thing, and it's like an 1.5-hour video of him talking through it, and there's some really funny piss jokes. I'm really getting into piss humor. I don't know why. Some of the funniest humor is piss humor. Really good piss jokes. But it's just good. Like, I want to buy this book, these 2 books. It costs like $200 to ship it to Canada. But yeah, man, Quinn's Quest is really good. Long form content. I'm in there, that's for sure. I am in there for sure. Hey, his YouTube chat frozen? I think it has. Hold on 1 second. Because the teleprompter's going, but nothing else is. Oh, here we're back. This clip is incredible. Ultrakun. Okay, I can't watch the clip. I'll watch it after. I've definitely seen it at some point, but sorry, my Twitch chat just jammed up, or my YouTube chat. Hey, David, how's it going? Is that the Blame Changer right up in the background? It is. I think it was a Blame Changer Redux. Like, it wasn't Blame Changer, but it was a deck that was riffing on Blame Changer. I'm pretty sure. I don't think it was the original Blame Changer, because I don't think that lines up with the timing. Hey Jeff, it was good to listen to. I got like the last 20 minutes in of measured tech debt response. It was good. I don't know how to shorts and Netrunner content, partly because Netrunner board states are so complicated. I don't know how well that compresses down to vertical format. I did one gameplay video many moons ago where I edited it more dramatically, where I zoomed in on cards and like moved the camera around, and it took a lot of work. And at the end of the day, the feedback was like, it's not that good. I think you could do it. I think you just have to kind of be more expressive of what's going on. Shaper does absolutely nothing. The crowd banned Shaper. Look, I didn't say it. I said it years ago. People were happy with me at that point, I think. Do you want to change the fact that you haven't never played a TTRPG? Because I literally run a TTRPG club when I'm not running Netrunner. I mean, I think so, but I'm worried that I'm not gonna like it. Like, I'm worried that I'm gonna freeze up and be bad at improvising. I never did improv when I was, a young man. I did other comedy stuff, but I never did improv. I always think that I'm gonna be like clumsy at it. And I also feel like so out of place. Like I know people who play TTRPGs have played tabletop RPGs now for probably decades at this point. And then you show up and you don't know what you're doing. Like there's so many weird imposter stuff. Piss joke, someone clearly grew up in Stim's like, no, I didn't even. Oh man, I did not even. There's the funniest Quebecois TikTok about piss. It is, I don't know, maybe this is translated from another language, but it's just the funniest thing. If you speak French, hit me up. I'll send it to you. It's really, really good. Hey, Justin, have we? There's some cool stuff. Shout out to Mothership. Yeah, Mothership gets shouted out a fair bit in that video. I'm not very familiar what it is. TTRPGs are great. Definitely recommend City Winter or Zebas as excellent starter games. Hey, Ryan. Hey, how's it going, by the way, Ryan? City Winter or Zebas. Like, I have what's it called? Alice is Missing, which is not even TTRPG. I haven't even played that yet. Like, we got to climb a hill very, very, very slowly. Shaper does absolutely nothing. That literally is the point. Shapers do nothing in a game of Netrunner. It's so boring. Daria, please. We have a list with 3 companions and Keiko. Please, you can't talk like that. Hockey doesn't zoom in on the puck. You watch the Netrunner state and you learn where to look. Yeah, but the thing is with shorts, you can't put the whole horizontal, like the horizontal board doesn't fit in the vertical frame. So you actually do have to crop where the puck is. There are games that need you to, I think I lost it. There are games that need you to be comfortable with, do a one shot you would enjoy and get your foot in the door, especially if you're enjoying watching Quins yet. Hey, see you, Jai. All right. So I work at a university in Australia and our chancellor is straight up evil. And she just resigned a few minutes ago. We're celebrating today. Wait, for real? Congratulations, everyone. That's sick. Roll20 and its consequences have been a disaster for the TTRPG community. Just play and do shit with friends. Don't perform, just play. I have no interest in performing. I just feel like if I'm not comfortable, I'll shut down. I'll be bad at yes-anding. Like, I'm totally aware that that stuff is, totally, definitionally performative. We don't need to be there. Sandarian, I think I saw a message. I was looking at Twitch chat for a bit. Hopefully you're well. Hold on. We got some free viewers on Twitch. Just ban Deep Dive. All right. You don't have to role play. I mean, it's a tabletop RPG. You have to role play. Like, I don't think you have to do voices or anything, but you have to embody your character, right? You can just say what your character does. Yeah. I even think that is some amount of pressure that makes me uneasy. Weird how that is, isn't it? Okay, renaming the podcast. Safer. I went on for another 23 minutes about tech debt we didn't talk about. After the stream. Those are the good conversations where Jeff starts swearing. Because you know how Jeff won't swear. To be fair, we have since put a pinhole in it. Yeah, from my understanding, you cut the Mystic, you play a pinhole, and then I don't know what else you play, maybe 2 pinholes. Reluctantly. You have to do voices for your Arkham characters or else you take 1 damage and 1 horror. I've been doing Arkham streaming and I'm worried that doing voices when I'm reading characters. Firstly, that game does not do a good job at telling you which character is going to talk before they talk. So you're halfway through a sentence and you realize, oh, it's the old man talking this. That's not great. I need to highlight all my scripts. Secondly, I cannot do the same voice for the same character every time they show up week after week. So we've totally lost that bit. But I don't know whether I'm expected to do voices when there's at least 1 person in the conversation. I think we'll cross that bridge at some point. Okay, it's Lat. There's rats. It's 18 events, but we're not on Anacom, we're on Keiko because this gives you a credit a turn into MU, and we're meant to be very excited about that. Slow value. We have 3 daily casts, 3 nukas. We have all of the companions. Every single one is here. Is that good? I don't know. Is adding slow economy to Shaper the thing you want to do? I don't know. Probably not. How often do we want to be running? Well, eventually we want to get our Doom rig down. How doomy is our Doom rig? Not even the most doomy. It's mid Doom. The Peach of Shaw is just like a thing that we kind of need to deep dive against HBs, and it's like a nice tool. We have Illumination, which is really good with companions. It makes Fencer Flano work, which is quite cool. But otherwise, it's fine. Not to mention cat voices in Arkham. Oh, we have to do the cat campaign. You're right. I haven't done a single cat voice yet. You got to roleplay a bit, but not in a way that puts yourself out there. That's something you can ease into as you find out what kind of person your character is after a few sessions. I think if you find playing a TTRPG, my experience is that it's less about how good you are and more about being on the same page as what the group wants. No, SRN, you can't say that. Yeah, that's good to hear. I think that does help me become more comfortable with that. We had the same problem about not knowing who was speaking when we did the type dramatic reading of the Melias story. I don't know if I heard that. Where was that, Rohit? Narrating Arkham text is a solid 75% of enjoyment of that game. So my regular play group is me and then 3 other friends. And the 3 other friends are from Quebec, but they're English as a second language. Their English is fantastic. But like by definition, I'm the person reading everything because I probably can read English the most proficiently. And maybe there's some words that, mind you, in Lovecraft's work specifically, shows up that people might not be familiar with. So I have a lot of experience reading Arkham. Shout out to Eric, who's in my Arkham group, who plays with a French group and live translates everything he reads. Which is wild. Like, I don't know if I'd be capable of doing that. But yeah, just live translates everything in French, which I find incredibly impressive. Both like rules and flavor. Very cool. Taka, Keiko, Fencer, Paladin, Miami is the companion tier list. Interesting. Interesting. Where can I read this list? Can I replace Keiko with Annika? This deck doesn't even use the 6th MU well, though. Yeah, I don't know how big our rig is. We don't have any of the things that like help us late game against big ice. Like we're hoping this is enough. We're not playing Tungsten Tailor, which you don't see that much in Anarch, or sorry, in Shaper. We don't have the Game Shark. That would be okay. Unity is like doesn't help with boosters that much. We have no way to cheat ice types. And with 3 propellers, I would assume we want something to cheat ice types, but it's a bit tricky. There's only 45 slots. I know we want to fire Lat all the time. That's really important. We should be good against assets. Like we can get down 3 SMCs. We can overclock this into an Azimuth and have just kind of go to the races. That should be good. Daily Cast is a bit nicer with Paladin Puemo, that's for sure. But everything else is like, you know, kind of sleepy. And then we basically play Control Shaper until we can deep dive to close the game out, which is, you know, the sort of Netrunner I'm not a big fan of, but we'll do that. Gotta get you and Pat to try the Netrunner RPG I wrote on stream. Yeah, Brendan, how is that? Were you mentioning before about that? Because I got pinged. I think you did, right? About the RPG that was Dakota Kalimantan themed? We are a runner. Melius readings on Axu's channel. I don't know how I possibly missed that. All right, let's play against Not Again. Usually Not Again plays Misery engines. So this is probably going to be AUCO assets, maybe with a bit of kill. So we don't know if it's measured. We don't know it's oppo. But if this is going to be like, okay, you really have to make this work for us. Lat into AUCO is technically good on paper. Now losing cards and them discarding cards from their hand, that can make it tricky to hold up. This hand is no card draw besides Lat, but we have Paladin, we have SMC, and we have Overclock, which means we can get Azimuth and we can get a Paladin on turn 1. The thing is, like, I don't know how we're meant to interact on turn 1. Like if something gets iced, we don't do SMC overclock it probably. But outside of like our card draw cards, which is like 3 Nuka, 2 Ritual, like it's just Lat. It's just Lat, which is not bad. Is there an official Android RPG? Yes, there is an FFG Android RPG, but I haven't played it. And I don't know if anyone I know who has played it. Not Again kept. I mean, this hand's fine. Early burner against egg feels so good, by the way. I'm more when I play against assets, I more want to like stay in control. And then I want to burner at the time where like we're flushing cards out of hand for reasons when they empty their hands or something along those lines. Do we SMC overclock the FUD? I don't know what I'm meant to do here. Not Against on 3 cards in hand. It can be 5 cards on hand if this is like a spin doctor. If we take damage, we take damage. But if we do SMC into overclock, this ice might not get rezzed on 4 credits. We're assuming it's a cheap gear check. If it doesn't get rezzed, we pop the SMC overclock for Azimuth, trash this, trash this. I'm just going to do it. Someone from the Melbourne ran an NR one shot. I think they wrote a cons last year. Oh, cool. Did people like it? Okay, Tattoo Bola. So if we bounce off of this, we waste this overclock. So at a minimum, we should spend the overclock credits on FUT. We have 3 fractors. In fact, I think we have 4 fractors, right? So pulling a fractor seems like kind of silly. We have Gauss and 3 propellers. Yeah, now that they can threaten the what's it called, the Bladderwort on the table, we could just like pull the Azimuth in for 3 credits and then deal with server 2. I think I'm kind of fine with that. We have 4 fractors because we are echelon 6. That isn't big Tattoo Bola though, no? I think I'm just gonna grab the thing. Like we know Azimuth's gonna be good. We like this is not a great overclock, but if forced to res, I guess you always res this. You either pull prop and trash or you pull Azimuth or you pull echelon and bounce. Oh, pull echelon and bounce is interesting. It is a Bladderwort. Okay, that's good. That goes down. And now we can just click for a credit and we should get our lat draw. All right, FUT's a problem. Not again, in theory, can score out a little agenda. Mindscaping actually means that this is probably an oppo list. I don't think you play Mindscaping for fun. You play Mindscaping because it really matters. So we have to watch out once we're on threat 3. Generally, you beat Azima by putting a lot of cards on the table, so this actually could be an agenda. As soon as that is like a 5-3, we flatline with this hand. Oh, we just got oppoed. Oh, fantastic. That's really fun. Cool. I feel like challenging the fun on T1 wasn't worth it. With the overclock, it was like not the worst. We wanted to get the Azimuth anyways, but we basically got the Azimuth out and we saved like 2 credits. It's like marginal. It made us hit the 3 cards in hand, which is quite nice. Now, we don't actually have to clear the tags because one Mindscaping is out. The chance of there being an end line and a Mindscaping in hand is pretty low. So we don't have to clear the tags. I think we can start with server 3, but we technically have to draw once because if it's a Fuji, we die. Oh, that's good. Okay. So we cannot get to hand size. We could just full burner. Not really necessary. We can do SMC creative. That's also not necessary. I think we just remove tag creative. That means that we don't lose to... It doesn't really change anything. We have to remove the tags anyways. You're playing a rat deck. You can't put a rat on the table while tag. No, I'm not going to. Oh, another oppo. Oh, that's good. It's not good. Okay. Oh. We have to draw here because if it's a Fuji, we just die. I mean, that's one way to get Ayuko, right? But then we die to like a 2-1 fast advance agenda. Yeah, I'll still touch it. Azimut's doing work for us. Yeah, we need to get rid of that. I think we just clear 2 tags. So Mindscaping, like money is the rate limiting factor, let alone we have a pocket burner. Yeah, we're not going to get our stuff. We have no good way to clear tags. Hey, Chenchling, how's it going? Hey, Joel. This seems like a waste of the corpse money. Yeah, it's a waste of our money too, though. But like, the Paladin is how we get slow money here, and we don't have it. We could definitely Illumination, but like we also watch out because we dump too many cards in our hand. We hit an agenda, we just like die. We have 2 more creative commissions, almost definitely. Yeah, so our money's not good. Yeah, we have to remove the tags. Okay, so the worst we could take, they could do credit, end the line. It's not particularly great. Okay, cool. So 2 cards in hand, we can do credit, remove tag, credit, Paladin. We don't get our draw, but this actually doesn't help that much because there's not many things we want to install. We probably would be better not installing that. Play Companion, let him spend 2 and a click. I don't think we want to do that. Okay, that's good for Fut. Probably doesn't have ice in hand, which means this Tattoo Bowl is a bit easier to get through. Here we just want to be able to trash mostly Cohort. Any turn that we don't use the Azimuth? Oh, okay. So we lost Propeller, SMC, and Illumination. Not against down to 3 credits. So we could die to end the line here. If he has end a line in the hand, we die. There's no reason to trash this, I don't think, unless we're playing around Holloman or upgrades. But as soon as we trash it, we turn on Oppo. So we could burner the hand and then hope that the end of line goes to the bottom of the deck. Because if the end of line's in hand, we can't clear the tag. And, well, there's not much we can do. Yeah, I think we like legally have to burner here to not have a chance of losing. The thing is, if we burner this hand, even if you top deck a 2-1, you can do install advance, so we die. I think we still just have to do it. It's just like there's a 1 of, but maybe you only oppo like that when you have the kill in hand. It's an anemone. It goes to the top. We're putting that on the top just so that it's a bit harder. Oh yeah, there's a petty cache there, so we can die to any end of line. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe we just didn't use Azimut every turn. Like I don't want to. I want to get off Miss Bones' wild ride. Like, oh, why did we draw? We had Lat. Why did we draw? Do you mind if I undraw? Thanks. Cool. Hey, Mac, how's it going? Stall SMC, you a lot. Yeah, we could, but I think rather have credits here than an SMC on the table. Okay, so at any point, we didn't contest the FUT, so any agenda we can find is 5 damage. That's obviously not great. Fueno's good. We have to clear the tag still. There's 2 oppos. One of these is probably a Spin Doctor. What can be scored here that we actually care about on the table? Like it can be Bladderwort, but there's only one more Bladderwort. It can be Cohort, which is really important because AU co-fires, but anything else is just going to do damage to us because of this FUT. So we need to bring this FUT down. Because once this FUT is down, there's nothing else going on. So we can do like remove tag, Fencer Fueno. Like we can check one of these on 3 credits. The thing is like this can knock us down to no cards in hand, and then like a 2-1 a hybrid release just ends the game. There's not enough money to do something cheeky. Well, like actually no, we could potentially die. It'd be difficult, but if this is like a Reaper function, you fire Oko, you get like a petty cash and they score hybrid. Yeah, that's a possibility. That's not very likely. Oh, what are we doing besides not tilting? Yeah, we just need to establish our economy early a bit better. So we can't really get the lat draw. Touching these cards is pretty bad, so I think we just stabilize. Like if the Fence or Fauna survives, it survives. Looking for your beginner content, found the core experience stream, which is awesome. I was wondering how you go about building into the other archetypes of decks other than damage. I've heard people talking about Glacier decks. Neutron, how's it going? Welcome to the channel. So generally with Glacier decks, it's like way more straightforward. Just put the Fencer down. Yeah, we probably should because we lost a credit on it. I don't know why I didn't. I think I did that because I was worried about taking damage from hand from some sort of combo. Yeah, the Fencer should have just been a credit there for sure. Okay, so the play that you can fire is you can Moonpool on our turn to get like a Regenesis play. That just does 4 points and we take a bunch of damage. Neutron, the big thing when you play Glacier is you just want to have good ice, but the most important thing for a Glacier deck is you want to make sure you have upgrades that can do something. So like when you play Core, it's Managarm Skunkworks and Analytic Void, because at the end of the day, ice alone does not win the game. So you just want to have a good combination of money, ice, that's reasonable, and then some like end the run upgrades. Generally in that format, Managarm and Anoetic are a really good combo because they work well together. But I honestly wouldn't recommend that much else. All right, 5 cards in hand. I do think one of these is probably a Moonpool, but I need to get this down on the table. Can we do... I don't want to play the Taka here because she's not going to do anything before she leaves. I think we just install Fencer Fueno, click for 2. Like, I don't think we have to do much. We could do credit daily casts. This is never going to get cheaper because we lost our Paladin. Let's see what happens. You have SMC in hand to Vitaka. I don't want to do that though. Like I don't want to spend money to get a breaker with this. Okay, Hansei. So now checking archives is important, but taking that FUD is the most important thing. Okay, so I think we do like credit. Okay, so the idea here is now there's a Regenesis setup, potentially. We have to check archives, but checking archives is really dangerous because you can Moonpool us agendas where it's 0 points. So you can feed us 2 Fujis and then the game's over. So that's not great. We probably need to play the Sure Gamble. So we do credit, Sure Gamble, SMC. We can run the FUT. That at least defangs part of this. It's an important part because it's going to matter the next turn. The Tattoo Bowl puts Nagi on a lot of money, and then we end on 4 cards in hand to 4 cards in hand. I mean, that seems good enough. Do we get a Gauss? We get a Gauss, right? Oh no, because we have to break both 2s too. We don't get a Gauss. We know there's an enemy in hand. It could be on server 7. Hey, B-Pix, how's it going? So probably a Fuji here. Thanks. All right, it's nice to get a ritual off the top. If you think it's just tattoos, you can get Gauss, but it's probably Botas. Yeah, I think there's probably Botas. Yeah. So that was the fork of the turn. It's because we didn't deal with this thing earlier. That's exactly what we said would happen, and that's okay. Now these cards didn't matter. This is okay. We can probably turn the corner, but now our margins are relatively low. There could be another Regenesis on the table and a Moonpool, but it's a lot to set all of that up. So I think we now just kind of try and stabilize here. We could obviously deep dive. I don't think it's that good. That's good. I think we do nothing. Like we're burning these credits. There could be Regenesis Moon because one of them is a known bite. Oh, you're right. 5 is a bite. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, good call. Keiko's really good. I also run the issue the runner very quickly getting all their icebreakers down and lose the game pretty quickly from there. Is there much I can do about that in the core? Yeah. Anoetic Void, Managram Skunkworks. Like generally the best cards because it's really, really, really hard to stop that. Okay, we have a lot to do very quickly. So an enemy's going to take cards out of hand. Fuji's going to take cards out of hand. We're just so click compressed. Again, these cards are very, very slow. So like actively doing things on the table like this that force us to interact with it. These cards that are like, oh, this will be good in 4 or 5 turns. I'm not feeling them. We did probably scuff the opening a bit. If it's a code gate, it's just going to hard end the run. There's not much we can do about it, but we need to run archives and we need to run the table as well. You're talking good man in 2 credits by now? Yeah, but that's not that great. It's like genuinely not that good because we go down 2 credits to play this in a click. Right, you're right. The sooner the better, but also we wouldn't be able to play the sure gamble to get out of the hole. Like we would have not been on this board state if we played the Taka. Like there's a lot of opportunity costs and our margins were really like we had to get exactly to 9 credits to knock out the FUT and we were on 4. We would have been on 3. Our game would have been cooked. It wrote 2 back on it. Yeah, but you can't play sure gamble. I think it's most important we check archives because that's the only way we obviously lose. This still could be like a lot of damage all at once. That's a Samuk, okay. So you can still throw points at here at instant speed with, or take them out with Moonpool. But you could feed us agendas here if you think it's going to be lethal. So Regenesis, we advance the card in server 1. That doesn't have to be an agenda. This deck is probably on shitters, right? See how they runs because it's on end of line probably. Agreed, Andre. Taka's skip was very worth here so far. Yeah. No, I don't think it was worth it. Like, I don't think you want to play every slow value play, especially in this matchup where like our breakers being slightly more on credits. Keiko's 2 returns of rats at the point of the deck for sure, but we just need 1 rat. We just need Fence or Fueno. That we don't need every rat. So Fenutria, okay. So this, we can always clear the tag. If we want to break this, it's 2 credits. But in theory, we want to take 2 net damage, which means if this is a Fuji, we're going to take 2 more net damage. I think that's acceptable. We're not going to get Lat on this, but clearing the tag is really expensive. We're not a threat. I think this is a shitter. But the Regenesis was from hand, right? Or it could have been from archives. Interesting. This is a card that you have to be very careful not to run last click. I have not seen enough Fenutria to play around it, but it does show up consistently in like very good AU decks. I just don't have the play patterns down. This is the only unknown card besides server 6. So if this is, I think this has to be a shitter or it just has to be garbage. I'm okay taking 2 damage. Oh, it gives them an AUCO counter. Yeah, I'll clear the tag. They can big oppo us. Does give AUCO triggers? Yeah, that's probably the bigger issue. Okay. Fencer Fueno, she's angry. We install Keiko, we install for 2. We float a tag here, which on 1 credit is actually not the worst, but we have a daily cast and a Fencer Fueno. I have to pay for Fencer Fueno now, which is deeply upsetting. So I think we just remove the tag and chill. Will we pay for 1 for Fuenzo? Fuenzo? It's funny how you can use Mystic Miami sometimes to get lat draw, which is something that showed up at the districts 2 weekends ago. Yeah, it's probably bye-bye Fencer. Now that means that Trickster Taka is our only Keiko companion. Next turn we'll have 3 credits. Not again, can't really do a reasonable oppo here. I could see us paying 1 for this. Yeah, I'm gonna pay 1. With the Azuma, we probably don't have to pay 1. I'll be honest. Install the Keiko draws a card. Yeah, there's a chance that Install the Keiko was right, but if not again clears the daily cast, I think I'm pretty upset. I'm gonna pay 1 for Lucy, but I don't think I pay 1 here. Losing the daily cast I think is quite bad. Yeah, losing the daily cast is really quite bad. Okay, FUT, that's fine. We don't have to deal with that this turn. So this is the turn that we install Keiko, and then we want to go down to 3 cards and we want to go through this. Can we not install Keiko? Oh, because we paid 1 for Fueno. Okay. I tried clicking on it. So we do install credits. No, that's bad. What do we do? Do we install the Peaches Shaw on this? Like, we don't have to deal with the FUT right now. We can chill in the FUT. The problem is, like, I paid 1 for the Fencer Fueno, and it's not going anywhere. Now, this we probably can trash. I don't know what it is that hasn't been rezzed at this point. It could be a bite, but not again, can't fire the bite. It could just be like a little, like, I'm reading this as to be the small June bug. I forget the name of the June bug at this point. It probably has a name. I'll check it because we just want to use Fencer Fueno. It's an Esca. Okay, so we lost a credit. That's fine. We'll use the Fencer Fueno. Actually, no, we probably won't trash this. Oh, man, now I'm paying money just to use Fencer Fueno. This turns on Oppo, but we know where 2 Oppos are. Yeah, I'm just going to use Fencer Fueno. That's probably bad because now we can't install Keiko really cheaply. That might have been a mistake. Okay, so I think we just install Trickster Talk and click for credits. Cool. Remember install Keiko if you want to? Yeah, no, but that bottoms us out on credits. Ooh, 2 ice, nice. Credit, Keiko lat draw? Yeah, but then we have to pay 1 more for Fencer Fueno, and I wouldn't. I would just throw Fencer Fueno out, and we were way down into sunk cost fallacy land. This is where having a pinhole threading is pretty good. Okay, with too many cards in hand. FUT's not doing anything. We know this is a bite. We don't Oppo this turn. I think we just install Keiko, click for credits. Cool, burner's good. Trashing Esca means it costs you extra to go for a deep dive? Yep. And it also turned on Oppo. Like, it wasn't right. It's just like I sunk cost fallacy myself into paying for Fencer Fueno to pay more credits off of Fencer Fueno. I don't like it at all. All right, 5 credits. This is a Tattoo Bola. This is a Anemone on server 7, which means that Ayuko is going to get the card draw. If we run this first, then we can run the FUT, but obviously you want to run the FUT first. Burner should go crazy right now. I don't actually know what we're burning. Like, we don't want to touch agendas with FUT, so I don't know if the burner's actually that good. We just want to get to game point and then do a deep dive. You'd have the money to credit Fencer Keiko, then install Talker for Keiko refund this turn to be net credit 1 richer. Sorry? Yeah, I don't like trashing Esca at all. Okay, so we want to install this because we don't know what this is. We now can let 1 Phonostria fire, which means we get a Yuko draw, which is not the best thing to do. We could put a Peach Chant on something, which is maybe fine too, because then we don't take the damage and we get a click back. Yeah, let's do that. And this break should be relatively cheap. I think we just tank damage. Yeah, nice. Okay, so we'll break this. We have to fully break it. We get a credit. We'll use Fencer while we can. Obviously, we're wasting Azimut, but on 3 credits, I think this is an Anemone. I think we just draw credit. Just play like Lost Con Runner. I guess we could ask for a Spin Doctor. It could be. If you install credit Keiko and then install Taka next turn instead of doing Keiko then Taka, you'd have the same board state going, but 1 more credit. There's some truth to that, but I don't remember what we did, so I can't talk about that intelligently. Oof, longevity. So if there's 2 1s, we're just cooked. Now, Nottingham has bottomed out on credits, but not like we haven't. We can't break a Samuk Samoon without tanking damage, because this only gets to 2 power counters. Okay, Simulchip is something. We could burn our HQ and to mess up the top of the deck, and also if we find an agenda, steal it. I think we're going to do that, as much as this is anti-lat technology. Moonpool, Tattoo Bola, Tattoo Bola. Okay, so I don't care about a Tattoo Bola too much. I think we'll put 2 Moonpools on the bottom. We don't know if it's on hybrid, but also we're not getting lat draw anymore, and our credits suck. We're not making credits anymore. We need to figure out a way to use Talker and Fencer Fueno. We technically can just use this to boost to gain a credit a turn. I think we're meant to do that, right? Snake, we'll be making fires soon. So we know the hand is Tattoo Bull and something else. We don't know the top of R&D. I think we'll go for it. I think we can just boost this, right? Yeah, I think we just boost. This just gains us a credit. Petty cash off the top, that's fine. Ayuko will be trashing that, but you won't be able to play it. We have a click left here. Simulchip means we can cycle the propeller. I mean, I guess that's fine. We're going to need that to deep dive, but we really need to find a Fuji before the game can do something. Turns a fake card into a real one and keeps Taka happy? Yeah, for sure. So we don't know what that is. We know the hand is Petty Cash, Tattoo Bola. Don't know what this is. I don't think it's an agenda. If it is an agenda, we can't really score it out unless it's a hybrid. If it's a hybrid, you keep it in hand. So like the worst case scenario is that it's exactly a cohort and then actually pushes Not Again deeper to the deck. I don't think we care about that. I think we just run R&D. We have all our multi-axis pressure in hand. So we know half of the hand. Did Ayuko fire? Oh, Ayuko fired. So the petty cash is probably in the archives. Petty cash costs 3, so that's a really big deal if this is what's it called? If this is a cohort, because then you have the money to play it. Even if it's like in theory the last copy of Bladder Wart, that means you can play it. Are we gonna boost here? Yeah, that's fine. Oops. That's fine. We'll just do that. Hanse at the top. Okay. I don't think we have to run this. I'm not convinced we do. It could be a spin doctor and there could be agendas in archives. Like none of these cards do I want to play. And if we want to get lat draw, we have to play these cards. But I don't want to install the DZ. Like I just want to take damage. I think we just click. Draw, please. Yeah, but like what are we drawing into? I don't know. Honestly, we know what we're drawing into. Just find some money. The deck has 1 sure gamble, 2 creative commissions. I guess it has some daily cast, but the game's going to be over before that actually probably does something. Like I think we were better clicking for credits. Like there's a chance Fencer Fueno Taka Keiko is enough. I don't know. Yeah, 2 daily casts, but yeah, I don't think we can play daily casts. This game is probably over in 3 turns. It is a cohort, that's bad. So again, we find a hybrid, the game's over. We'll outdrip them. Not if they have a hybrid. If they have a hybrid, we lose. We at least know that the moon pools are at the bottom. All right, we're on 10 credits. Mindscaping played to set up the top of R&D. We can always run the spin doctor first. So the top of R&D is known. We have cards in archives. Okay. So we need to deal with a bit of everything. Deep dive steel hybrid. Yeah, but then we shuffle the deck. Let's see, we get shuffled back. One of these is a petty cache and wasn't played. So we're pretty sure it's the petty cache in archives. Because Not Again probably did not choose to draw that unless the hand was bad. Oppo's gone back. So we also have to play around Oppo because Not Again has Oppo money. R&D is a bite. We can't deep dive. Well, we shuffled it now. But yeah, as soon as we steal something, Oppo can be online. But there's 1 Oppo, I think, at 21 cards. So it's like this cohort that has to go down. But this cohort, like, we could white space this, break, get a click, trash. But we need to get a card out of our hand first. So it's probably like install propeller over this, overclock this. I don't know if the cohort really matters. It's just 1 more card on this board state. We're gonna use the Fencer Fueno anyways on this trash, right? Yeah, I don't think we trash from the top of R&D here. Turns on Oppo. We actually just need to get this Peach Sham back. Like we have to run this twice to get this back so we can do a big deep dive because we only have a 1-click deep dive here, which is not going to be doing enough. So the hand has a tattoo bola in it. And it has not a petty cache. I think that was in the bin. So I think we just run HQ, install propeller. You can chip it over for sure, but I just want to get the lat draw. Yeah, that's the tattoo bola. Oh yeah, we can overstall that. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Yeah. We're gonna get a lat for sure. We don't have to ask. Fencer Fueno, you can go away. Yeah, you're right. We could just have chipped it if we wanted to. But like to win the game, we have to find 2 Fujis. Doesn't seem super likely. We have to kind of get an agenda on the way in and not die. And still not lose the hybrid, which maybe you're not on hybrid if you're on Regenesis. I can't tell. Cool. Currently, I'm confused what we're doing as a runner. Me too. I honestly don't fully know. Okay, server 7, server 9. Face downs and archives for Regenesis. I think we just deep dive and hope. Why are we letting the corp dig for hybrid? I don't think we can stop it. Like we can run cohort, but then we're gonna have no money. I think we overclock archives. We see what happens. We want no face downs because of cohort, but this could be Moonpool, Regenesis, something like that. If we overclock this, like, doesn't really do much. Yeah, we just run it. We might deep dive here. Are we gonna simulchip to get a click back on this turn? We are credit perfect to do double deep dive. We're more than credit perfect. Why overclock? I don't know. I was trying to get cards out of hand just to deal with this Venutria, but that doesn't make sense. Do we actually pull the Pichachon here? I think you do. Still cost 1 to break some muck, yeah, but we have +1. I'm gonna go for it. So put the Pichachon on the Samuk. We'll break it for +1. See what happens. Eska, nice, lose a credit. I didn't do the Eska math actually. We could have been ruined by that. All right, run RD, run HQ, double deep dive. We probably lose to the table. It's a FUT. We could trash FUT to put us down exactly 1 more credit. If we find an Eska on HQ, we're cooked. But this sees us 1 more card. We basically have to steal an agenda here. Either find double Fuji or we have to steal an agenda on the dig. So if we trash this, it costs us 1 real credit because we use Azima, we go down to 4. We do deep dive, we're down to 2. So this plays on Eska. This sees 1 more card. I'm going to do it. But in theory, if we hit an Eska on HQ, we're going to throw the game into the toilet. Okay. Action. All right. Good game. Yeah, sure. We'll go up to 3 points. Game might not be over. Action. Yeah, could be on the table. Just a Regenesis. Yeah, a good game. I think we could have had that. But I do think like our economy being entirely attached to slow things means we probably shouldn't be contesting that much early. I think the chance of going for the double Fuji is like super unlikely and probably wasn't the line. Like I assume that we just start or continue to challenge the table because we are better suited at that. Like I think we do just run server 7 and then server 9. I think we went too aggressive early. Yeah, I think I did. I think I saw the Azimut and went for it. Now, admittedly, we got 2 oppos in the first 2-3 turns, which is not incredibly likely into the bite. And it was actually the bite that like sealed the deal. But yeah, I think we're just meant to let that go. Maybe also like taking down the FUT was right because if we did take the FUT down, like that was the one thing they were respecting. We could have also not dealt with the FUT and just run archives and see if we get 5 damage. But then we just lose the Regenesis on the table because of FUT. So like maybe also just like bringing FUT down is good. But also yeah, pulling pinholes would be easy. Yeah, he might be only on 2 Fujis. S7 is 2 anemones. I knew one of them was anemone. 2 anemones makes sense. Good game, Daria. I knew this was an anemone. 2 anemones, sure. That's just going to take cards out of hand, which is probably okay. I did not like that turn 1 as well. Yeah, I did like the sort of like Sokka overclock turn 1. The only thing on the table that we really cared about is like Bladderheart or Cohort. Bladderwort you would not ice up. Cohort I think you would ice up. You probably ice up FUT anyways. So like that was an aggressive line. I think we were hoping that was something that was a bit more unwieldy. Tattoo Bola made the math like slightly bad, but maybe we should just overclock through it, the Tattoo Bola, and just like trash the thing. -1 Miami, -Heart. -Heart plus Hush plus Pinhole is definitely an improvement for the deck. I could see that. I think Hush is pretty good. I don't know if I love Hush in this matchup. I don't know what exactly I'm hushing. You can pre-hush anemones if you can see them coming, but it's like tricky in terms of slots. It's just like putting so much of our value into like these like slow econ cards. I don't know. And we're right, we are Lat. I don't feel like we draw that much. Hush on the phone solves all your problems. I don't think it's that big of a problem, the Phonetria. Pre-hushing an enemy is really good, yeah, because then they don't draw 2 cards. I'm gonna do 1 more with this. I don't know. It's like Netrunners push Shaper to be a bit more, you know, tempo positive and actually have like good events. And the fact that this is swinging to like Keiko and all these 1 credit per turn cards, I mean, it's probably fine. It's just not making me excited. Hushing Tattoo can slow them down? Yeah, it can. For sure it can. There's no deck that doesn't have a good Hush target in 2026. Oh yeah, yes, I am. Their deck is 17 off-rolled offices. Bangoon. Okay. This is gonna be rough because we have to play their game. I know there was a 1-pointer Bangoon list that's on Netrunner DB right now. They mulligan, that's nice. Our hand has a Keiko, it has money, but it doesn't have anything else going. Propeller's really nice against Welyand, that's for sure. I could see us mulliganing this. Hey, well, welcome back. Thanks, you too. Welcome back. You simply need to put all your trust in the rats. Are the best cards in the deck. I hear you, but I do think actually installing some of those rats would cost us the game. Rats versus 1-pointers is so good because you get free money on every steal. I think we're going to have other problems. Okay, so this hand has 1 dead card, but it's not that bad. Mr. Patel, I don't know what that means. 1-pointer wake up, I call that pinata. I don't know what that means. Do we keep this, Lucy? I don't know if we keep this. Like, Keiko for 2 is fine, but it doesn't have text. I think we mulligan this for rats. You have nice money, yeah, but money early is not the most important thing. The most important thing is like, wait, we have a Nuka in the deck. That's really good. Illumination's also nice for a setup, but I think the most important thing is to find a rat of some sort. The sand's probably better. I don't think Heart is a dead card here. We probably need the recursion at the end. Oh no, it's a dead card in this hand, right? Like opening Heart is the worst Heart. You're right, it's probably fine in the matchup, especially if they are attritional like 1-pointers. I think this deck also just going to have a measured response issue. Maybe you have to burner them aggressively, but like we do not have, maybe if we have Mystic, we have money, I can't tell. If I was playing a deck that's obviously weak on Centrals, I simply not maximize my agenda density. What do you mean, Speed Racer? Okay, a Spin Doctor early, especially where we know about it's really good because it's easier to play Lat around that. She means Andre Patel, the new rogue? I think you're right. Yeah, wait, wrong Andre game. Yeah, you're right. Andre Patel, also the rogue I'm playing. That's very funny. All right, Ace HQ, they didn't make any tempo plays. They discarded a thing. In theory, Spin Doctor should be like respected to some extent off the basis that like Slash and Burn is a card, stuff like that. I don't think Bangoon should be playing a ton of 1-pointers. It makes it too easy to get sniped on Centrals. Oh yeah, 100%. Like that's not good. You want to ice up your Centrals, but then you just want to put enough cards on the table that you can keep them busy. There's downsides to it. It's also nice that you don't lose to Hermes, but yeah, it's like not, we've never seen it to be the optimal thing, but it's a thing that people want to do. Nuka click Nuka is defo the start? Yeah, for sure. And then we might actually Illumination down a rat or two. I don't know if we have the time to deal with the Spin Doctor, but oh wow, that's good. So we Illumination, we only have 2 targets. So maybe we don't. Again, this deck is an Illumination, but it also has like half the deck is events. But Illumination to install 2 is probably not good enough. So I'm assuming here we just do like Paladin Creative and we get a card draw. I mean, I can't complain about that. Cool. Click Nuka again? Nah, we had a really good line there. I don't think we have to shoot the moon here. And I do think we also don't want to discard cards. We'll see. Like, results oriented, we can see, because one of the cards we would have drawn is a ritual. So we needed to find more cards we can Illumination. I don't know if Napalm's going to ice up R&D immediately. They mulliganed an ice up HQ, so maybe things are not going well. It's also nice to get the Paladin down to do the DZ, but we did also install one of our targets, which is not fantastic. Oh, Vulture Fund. Okay. So they have more money than us. They might just be on regulatory capture. Let's see if they install something face up. They don't. I have no idea what the read is. Kind of feels like a table bite. When hand has Ritual, you play Ritual, right? Okay, that's good. I'll Illumination this hand easily. We have no reason to play the DZ. Next turn is Ritual, Nuka, Illum. I don't know if we need to. I think these are 3 good enough targets. Actually, if we want to do Fencer, we in theory could DZ to save a credit, but I think Fencer's just better because if we steal an agenda, it has text. But in theory, we could, like, we're losing the 1 credit install on Fencer. Propeller's really good because we're playing against, okay, Stavka, that's scary. I have no read what this is. I honestly don't feel great about it. We're on 4 cards. We could check it. But like, this is so obviously table bite, right? This is what I'm talking about, where you call it and then still run into it anyways. If anything, we should run the Spin Doctor. Luana Kampush. Oh, very cool. Oh, we have bad publicity. Oh, she goes down so easy. And I think we just click for credit here. Oh, we can run Spin Doctor with bad publicity. We've already trashed a card. Why not? We're here. Draw install DZ. Nice try, Lucy. You know who you're talking to. This hand and DZ and Keiko. Yeah, this is DZ and Keiko. Yeah. Oh, for what? Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, sure. On the shuffle in? Yeah, yeah. Spin Doctor and Unseen. Okay. Cool. We get Lat Lore with this line and we don't want to outgrind ourselves. Yeah, I don't want to discard cards into the unknown Bangoon Jaina casual matchup because it can just like end up being grinder. And we don't have the strongest way to close the game out, especially if they're on small agendas. They probably aren't. We know that the stuff could get shuffled away, which is also kind of cool. But yeah, we didn't need the DZ trigger there because Propeller's coming in for free, as much as you want Propeller first, abstractly. We've installed a lot of cards on turn 2. Double Ice on HQ. I mean, I'm worried about Regulatory Capture Dirtle. This does look like Regulatory Capture Dirtle. We're going to see some reanimation projects. Sorry, Trashing Ice. Yeah, you can just drag it away. Yeah, no, that's all good. That's how you do it. Okay, so it's not super Dirtle. They just didn't like that ice. Maybe it was a barrier. All right, they're not doing anything. We can run HQ. This is most likely to be a Code Gate or a Sentry off of Winchester or Afshar. They also should be playing Bad Publicity Ice, but maybe they just play Vulture Fund because it's good. But for Bad Pub Ice, it's mostly Sentries. So Echelon's going to be a long time before it's actually good into Sentries. So like, I don't know how we face check. I honestly don't. You never run here. There's no reason to, because it's fun. Because it's fun. Look at us go. Installing our cards. I always forget Paladin can install these. You think they're connections. They're not. She is. Wee. We're Euro gamers. Oh, we're zoomed down a fair bit, huh? Oh, actually not really. Just one. All right, R&D's iced up. Yeah, there's a reanimation. So that's why they trash their ice. Pretty cool. Let's see how big it is. It's a toxin. It's pretty big. Unity doesn't deal with that really well. I actually don't know if our breakers are going to be that good. Like, we can't break Bad Pub Ice really easily. There's like 6 strength sentries. What are we meant to do about that, gang? They're in 2 bad publicity, and we have to like do multi-axis on HQ or more actively a burner because they will just red cap at some point. You break it for 4 and have bad pub. You're totally right. I have 2 bad pub. I forgot about that. But we have Echelon 6. I mean, abstractly, we have Echelon 6. The question is, when do we have Echelon 6? Okay, they're in 4 cards in hand. So I guess we ritual and just continue to install cards. This hand's not great. Use the bad publicity, break the ice. If can't see it. It's up here. I don't know I have it. They have to give me the token. Awkward hand. We can go down to, we can't go down to this many cards. Harmony. We actually could like tempo in these cards with Harmony. I wouldn't mind it that much. That's really funny. Yeah, like I don't want to install these cards. We can install a Gauss. Gauss is pretty good. It's just like a good breaker. Do we just install Gauss because it's free up DZ Paladin and like not care about it? Yeah, Tempo Harmony is not the worst. It shuffles back in Illumination, which will be okay. But like these 5 cards are all different. Oh no, it's a ritual. So I guess we would have to like, I don't know how we do it. Click Nuke again. I don't want to discard all those cards. I don't think we need to. I think we're just like the game is going slow enough and we have so much draw. I don't think we have to like gas it. That's my read at least. We don't need the Azimut, but the Gauss is actually pretty good into Welyand. It's actually really good into Welyand. Like logjam.deck. Okay, focus, Andre. If we want to get our Echelon to 6, we need we have 3 propellers. Yeah, we can do it without it. You have 3 dead cards in hand? I think we have 2 dead cards in hand. I think we just slow play it. So don't do this at home. This is not a good plan usually. Something like that. Actually, it might be better to throw out Gauss because Gauss is a better target with Simul Chip. Why Echelon 6? Do you think they're on Trebuchet? Yeah, I'm assuming they're on Bad Publicity Ice. So like we have to deal with Valenchow and Trebuchet. Like they played Vulture Fund, they're playing Reanimation. So that means they're probably on Reg Cap. Yeah. Mind you, this is the thing that I think is going to challenge our idea of never running, because Bangoon has text not on central servers. Like, we do actually need to play the game and touch cards and not just camp the remote server. Because when you're playing their game with Bangoon, it's pretty bad. This fencer never gets paid off. It will when we draw an illumination. But like, we're expecting to trash Daniela's, or more accurately, we're trying to trash Angelique's, I think. We know they're on the Luana Campushes, but the bad publicity will get there. We're probably going to throw her out. They're on 3 bad publicity. As soon as we run, it's game time. It's probably a Luana. Or an Anthill. Yeah, I don't like this. Still haven't found a breaker yet. We can't get down to hand size. Oh god. Oh jeez. Oh boy. We can pre-install the Peach Champ, we can install a simulchip, we can play a creative commission and just like do nothing again. You can just second illumination believe. I mean, there's 2 in R&D, but then we still have to get through the R&D ace, so I don't think I believe on this one. We're just gonna do a bunch of nothing. And we're gonna throw a fencer fun out into the garbage. I support doing nothing. I mean, maybe they score out an Eminent here. Apparently it's not an asset. Upgrades also chill in the remote server. Doing nothing is the goal of the deck. I should not have played the do nothing game on stream. It is a red cap. Okay, 3-2 red cap. Could feel worse about that. Don't feel great about it, but could feel worse. There are 5 cards in hand. Oh my god. What is this? We're meant to play the game. This is meant to be a Netrunner game. This is like the most boring possible Netrunner. This is peak Lat? No. No, peak Lat is interesting Lat, where you actually have to run and like do stuff. Do you remember like watching people play Lat into Asa at Worlds 2024? Oh my god, was that fun, Netrunner. They didn't install this face up, so that kind of tells us something about it. And also tells maybe their hand is like not in a great spot. Doing nothing is Zen? I mean, it depends. Some days it's easier than others. I think Pete Lat is running when the corp does stuff, except the corp isn't doing anything. Well, no, they were. Okay, so how do we possibly break this? We're at a lot of bad publicity, so I think we just run this. I think we just install Unity for 1 and run the remote server and not care. Nothing can hurt us. I'm playing the game of Netrunner. I was like, Friday night installed the Peach Champ. This is probably an Angie. They have 22 credits. May as well overclock. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. It's a Luana? Yeah, overclock would have been better there. Wow, where did all our credits go? I guess we install this and now we can overclock HQ next turn. The credits are hosted on overclock. Imagine using bad pub and overclock. I don't know if the rules support that. I think we just live here now. Dive next turn? You want me? Okay, you're going from doing nothing to deep diving on turn 8. We might not be able to dive. Oh, no, we're probably able to dive. We'll see. All right, they're in 4 bad publicity, so that's a bit scary. Peach Champ doesn't care if the ice is res, right? It's whenever you pass, yeah. You gonna res? You're 29 credits, right? Well, why wouldn't you? Why would you not? If they'd be building it for a big deal at this point, at least a Myoshu. Yeah, Myoshu red cap we could lose to. It's just a log jam. Okay. It has only 3 strength. It's good. You want odd numbers. We can actually run the server again if we wanted to. I guess we'll use the overclock first. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, does it? Penalty bad pub and overclock money with SMC. What are we SMCing for? Yeah, we're wasting 6 credits here, so we should SMC for sure. I don't know what we're getting for. This will just thin the deck. Echelon? Yeah, Echelon, right. Reanimation, cool. So we run back, we use the whole propeller, but we get it clicklessly. I think that's okay. I don't know if I want to run HQ here. I think we just run R&D, single deep dive, and then just have this set up for another turn. Yeah, that's fine. You have money there to chip out SMC and install another propeller. Oh my god. I mean, I'm not worried about that. SMCing the propeller is free. You could get it from the deck, but I think we use the money. We have no Keiko. Yeah, our MU is not going to work with us too well. I think we're just going to go for a single deep dive. It's fine. If you pick up the Peach, you can get a new prop chip with SMC. I don't think we're in a rush to do that. I want to empty this SMC and throw it to like a SDS or something. Oh, wow. That's an influence spend. We can luckily break it. This is only 2 influence, right? Yeah. The pickings are bad, just run the remote server. Running the remote server last click is a bit sketch because of it's a bite. BOAC, okay. Action. So if they can SFC if they want to. It's terrible. We see 1 logjam. Apparently they're on realloc, which I don't know why. I'm assuming they want to realloc like a big old snake or like reset the logjam. Everything else is not surprising, but we did just get 1 point, which is sick. Can you zoom out once? I can't. It doesn't really work. I can't zoom in on this either. Yeah, reset the logjams. I mean, that's fine. We'll just take the let them dream. Cool. We can spend a spin doctor for a click. I don't think it's a bite in the remote. Yeah, based off of not saying anything here, I think we should just run the remote server. We have 4 cards in hand. I think we will run the remote server. No. Like the agendas have to be somewhere. I just don't know why they would install a face up. So I'm doing this for you, Solomir. It's just kill a 3rd Luana. It's a bit expensive. Unity now boosts, what is it? 1, 1, 2. We have to boost twice. So this is 2, 3, 4, 5. It costs us 1 credit to check. Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't we? If it's a bite, we lose the game on the spot. But the 3-pointer also, we don't die measured. They have to have double measured, which we saw 1 in the deck. Draw lat draw is your other option. I like that better, I think. Oh, cool. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, that's fine. We'll do Paladin Pummel, we'll trash this propeller. And that's it. Again, funny how you can do Mystic first to get lat draw. It's kind of cool. All right, there's 6 cards. We don't know what they drew into. We're not on measured threat, which is threat 4. We didn't see an oppo, but we saw realloc as influence. I think it's 2 influence. We've seen Botu, which is weird influence. Everything else has been kind of expected. Okay, that looks like a spin doctor. Could just be a green mail. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's also going to happen. And these have to be somewhere. And now they can win the game off regulatory capture green mail. So we need HQ pressure. This logjam is technically totally doable. On a Gauss turn, it's actually really, really good to run this. So I could see us like just dropping Gauss and running HQ a couple times. We know 1 card. We slam Nuka. We need to find Keiko. Yeah. Well, we're definitely going to Nuka first. Oh, that's cool. Oh, Botu is really annoying now. It's at 6. Well, like the turn this comes down, we can deal with a logjam really cheap. You want burner? So like if we do Gauss install, we can burner and then run back once, which doesn't seem great. We need to play an event and we need to install a card though. That's a bigger problem here. We need to install an expensive card. Unfortunately, DZ is fighting against our Gauss. So like this Paladin Poem is pretty bad. Gauss burner R&D steal is good for you here. Yeah, it's expensive, but I think we do it. We're gonna have problems with Paladin because this is only a 1 credit install. I'm gonna go for it. I really want to run multiple times with the Gauss. At least we can go through the Botu again, but I think that's expensive. I just think at this point we shouldn't be worried about expensive because obviously we have bad publicity. Nuke again, install Keiko. Oh, we get a click back. Yeah, I forgot we get a click back. Like maybe? If anything, we'll install the Simul chip. The order doesn't matter, right? I mean, I guess that's the game. Okay. I mean, if they're not in R&D, that makes sense. Especially with the way the red caps went. All right, they can pull a card back. Doesn't matter. And then we get the OZF. Surprised that they're on OZF, but it does do damage, right? Installments of years. I mean, we won that game because our opponent like admittedly didn't have a game plan. The game plan was Toxin. I think they just drew really poorly. But I feel like we're fighting the deck. But maybe I'm fighting me. Like a game. Yeah, I do think they had to have the points in hand after we deep dived that poorly. And the fact they put a red cap on the table. Oh, where did I go? Oh, I'm gone. It's finally happened. He's gone for good. Oh no, I'm there. I'm just really small. No, this is nice actually. This is kind of really nice. If I did this more, I wouldn't have to like wash my hair every day. Hey, cheers. Yeah, this is really small. I actually could be on a card. Hold on. Wait, this is... Can JNet do an alt art where the camera is just here? This is cool. I'm into this. I think you should go the other way, John Andre. Tiny Netrunner view. How small can we make JNet? I maybe should have Toxin for ice. Oh, yeah. If you didn't have the ice, I could see that. I drew reanimate second turn, so may have worked out. Oh, yeah, that's the cool combo for sure. Yeah, they didn't use the Bengun text once, and admittedly, like 2 red caps, like one of them was fast advance, it kind of makes sense, but yeah, their game plan did not come together. Cover your ID pick, by the way. Small Andre, best Andre, John, how's it going? Cover, I don't want to be Lat. I don't want to be Lat. I'd rather be Nuka. I'd actually be okay with being DZ for a moment, which is Dao. That's like way cooler. I mean, that's fine. I'm still like super expressive. I just feel like, you know how they teach theater actors to like do more with their body and be just bigger actors because they're further away? Think how big I have to be when I'm this small. Like everything I have to do has to be like this. Literally everything, which is genuinely tiring. But if I want to get my point across, we're gonna have to do this. Daily Cats. Hey, Kate, how's it going? No one wants to be Lat? This is big Netrunner content? I'm glad you're enjoying it. It's making me express my emotions. This is just a gateway to VTubing. One day we'll figure out the technology. Oh, this feels so wrong now I'm this big. I'm bigger than a card. I think I'm more important than Gauss. That's so weird. Now you look like a real streamer with all the gesticulating. Too chill until now. You think there's a gradient? Because you're saying I haven't made it until I'm doing that. Like it's a short jump to like XQC or whatever. If you were to pick a runner ID to VTube as, who'd you choose? This maybe is spoiling a joke that may or may not happen, but the joke idea was one time to show up on stream and be stick and poke, and I'll be one of them and Pat will be the other. That requires a lot of help from Cat to get that working. Why no one want to be Lat? He's cool. He got tattoos. I actually don't think I read any of the Lat story. He's a priest, right? Why do I think Lat is a priest? Is Lat a priest, or is my headcanon like way off? There was a Lat story. I'm assuming there is because people seem to know about Lat. Is Lat a priest? Because I'm assuming this is like some sort of holy attire. Maybe it's because I see the collar. I'm genuinely realizing I might be the only person who thinks Lat is a priest. Did he actually mean to be at the riot, or did he just walk past and go, I guess I'm here now. Who can say? Lat is a guy who insists on Christian side hugs. But like, Is Lat not part of a clergy? I'm pretty sure he's an Uber driver. Yeah, he has a car, but his car is like his console. The super corridor. I'm pretty sure that's a car. It's a vehicle subtype, right? It's not a vehicle subtype. Okay, I thought this would have the vehicle subtype. It does not, but this does look like the console of a car. I thought he was like a side hustle pre-con person, sorry, of Super Corridor and ITG. He's an ethical freelancer. Why? I thought he was like, he looks like he goes door to door and talks about religion. And maybe it's because he has like sort of a cross thing on his neck, and you know all the Christians have neck tattoos. But I thought he was going door to door and talking about the good word. His console is a console. So true. I think he works for a tech company. Now he's against. Does anyone know the lore on that? The collar looks like a priest. Yeah, he looks like he has a chasuble, right? Chasuble. I don't know how to spell this word. Yeah, he looks like he's wearing a chasuble. Am I the only one out here with the deep Christian Lat lore? Apparently it's just, he doesn't, like, it's a smock? This is a raincoat? What is this? Ethically hacks for the name of God? I'm 100% convinced he was walking by Rent Riders and didn't mean to be there. He's not in the art of Rent Riders. Just open up the lore. I don't know how to. Lat Lore, Netrunner, like, that's not going to work. Oh, I thought it did for a second. I don't know how to find the Lat Lore. Hating Shaper for a collar? Just thought Lat was a very generic attempt at cyberpunk guy. Well, he's not generic, because I think he's actually like dripping with flavor from, and admittedly going to be very ignorant here, the part of Southeast Asia that he's from. Because like those tattoos, the name of his cards, like they're all very much of a cool culture I just don't know much about. I also did think, though, the good word showed up in this for some weird reason. It's funny because Lat is one of the few Malaysian reps I've seen. Exactly, yeah, Malaysia. That's it. Yeah. So Lat like has interesting theme to him. It just, I don't think any of the cards or maybe any of the stories showed off who he is. And so everyone just kind of said he was boring because he was boring when he came out. He also does have priest hair. He's man of God now, Patrick. Isn't here to stop us. Me Googling how to do things at work. Anyways, why am I convinced he's a failed attempt to make him seem cooler? Google? I was there. Lat Netrunner story. Like, I'm not going to find it. Ooh. Hold on. Lat is a character. Nisei posted fiction about him today. This is from Calvin Wong? Holy shit. Wait. We're reading the Lat story live. I'm sorry. Buckle up, friends. This is what you get for rat latting. We're doing a story, and I'm not going to do any of the voices. This came out in 2019, okay? 2019 was a hell of a year. We were so young and naive and happy, and then everything changed. Written by Calvin Wong. If you don't know Calvin Wong, you probably know Calvin Wong. Still to this day writes, as an actor, writes, works in, I think, board games or video games more accurately. Really cool. Have you all heard Murney said, putting a hand to her mouth to suppress her giggle, what Lat did on his first day with Asmari? You're going to see references to FFG stuff, because that was a thing back in the day. Lat covers his eyes and groans. Piak makes a show of wiping curry from his mouth with his napkin before settling into his chair with an expectant grin. Mind you, Murney says, wagging a finger at the assembled crowd, this is 10 minutes into orientation, okay? All us rookies are being walked into the main atrium, and you know, La, these overseas megacorps, they really put a lot into their first impressions. So there's this huge statue in front, got waterfall and all of these 3 ibexes. Ibises? What's the plural of ibex? Ibex, supplies Fiona. Thanks. So there's these 3 massive ibex in the front room, looking all regal and serene, right? Want to give visitors the right impression. And the vice president is going, blah, 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 welcome to Asmari, blah, blah, together we can change the future of education. My door is always open to you. Do you have any questions? What did he say? Piak says, a half-groan already in his throat. Struggling to talk over his giggling, Murney says, he points at the ibexes and says, aren't those endangered? They are? What? Lat protests as the table erupts. Critically. Oh, Piak slaps his thigh. Yes, they're running out of statue-grade bronze in the Sub-Sahara. That's not even the worst part, Murney says. Everyone's now staring at him, right? And the VP has the look on her face like she's ready to fire him, and he says, she doubles over, unable to finish. What did you say, says Nam. Lat sighs. I was just wondering if they were Nubian or Walia. Look, my eyepiece was feeding me the wiki article. I don't think I know what's going on. It's no use. Everyone at the table is laughing too hard to even hear his protestations. Wait, is Lat a goober in this? Half the crowd in the Mamek is looking at them, some in irritation as they undoubtedly drowning out the commentary from the World Cup game on the holo screen. Piak backhands him on the shoulder. Well, how come you didn't get fired? I have zero idea, Lat says, laughing despite himself. Everyone calls him Mr. Ibex for a few weeks, Murney says, to the peals of additional mirth. But it turns out he was actually really good, so after a while the VP dropped the whole thing. Saved by your actual competence, Nam says, raising his bottle. I'll drink to that. Another round, Fiona says, looking over the shoulder for the waiter. Lat raises his hand. No need, I got something special from home. The table gasps in unison. Twak? Mind you, I think Twak shows up on his flavor text. Yeah, it's in the car, Lat says, his console. But if you all keep telling embarrassing stories about me, I'm not sharing. The chorus of feigned protestations, you see, religion, follows him out of the eatery and onto the street where his car awaits a mere 200 meters away. The air is warm and humid, typical for November, and the skyscrapers clash and overlap as he looks at the Kuala Lumpur skyline. Soon, he muses, there won't be any Mameks left. Then where would he get garlic cheese naan? There's no good Indian food back in Sarawak, that's for sure. Sarawak. A woman sitting on the corner of the 5-foot way gestures a plastic cup at him. His pocket reveals no coins, so he hands her one of his smaller cred sticks and she smiles. He's less than 5 kilometers from the heart of the capital, 1,000 condominium units between there and here, and still, people have nowhere to live. Such thoughts consume him until he returns to the Mamek, Twak bottle and glasses in hand. Absently, he begins to pour for everyone. Hold on. It's a palm wine. Twak. Pronunciation needed. Known by several local names as an alcoholic beverage created from the sap of various species of palm trees, such as palmyra, date palms, and coconut palms. What's the alcohol percentage? Typically 4 to 8. So yeah, it's a wine. That should have been obvious. Anyway, Fiona brushes the hair back from their eyes. The place I work for now is looking for code monkeys, and they pay super well. So I told them I'd ask you all if you wanted an interview. What's the sector? Lat says, gesturing for his friends to take their glasses. He lifts his, and they all reciprocate. Morally lifting her tatarik and solidarity, all looking to him to proclaim the toast. This word has showed up before in a story, and I definitely did it wrong. I need to know what this is. Briefly blanking, he settles on, to friendship, la? This is the T. This has shown up in multiple NSG stories. This is the T. This shows up a heck of a lot. So unironically, it's the second half of Hok Tua. It's Tua. Mamek food is so good? Yeah, and what is Mamek food? It's an open-air 24-hour eatery in Malaysia and Singapore run by Tamil Muslims, serving popular affordable dishes like roti canai and mee goreng. Oh yeah, I eat the shit out of mee goreng. I think people know what mee goreng is. That's awesome. I think mee goreng got really popular in like North America over the last, I want to say 4 or 5 years. Yeah, mee goreng is good. Check out mee goreng. It's like ramen equivalent. It's very, very good. It's also incredibly delicious. Yeah, Indomie is good. Very, very popular from Malaysia, I'm assuming. Or Indonesia. Am I going to say something ignorant? I don't know geography of Southeast Asia that well. Excuse me. Can't believe it's been 20 years since high school, Piak says after downing the first shot. Sorry, secondary school, he says after catching Murney's glance. She detests new Angelisms. How many times have I seen all your faces in the last 10 years? About as many times have I had to walk this good, Nam says, slowly sipping the rice wine. Anyway, Fiona resumes as Lat refills everyone. Our firm's been subcontracted to write security for the new very hush-hush project. Subcontracted? Lat asks as his eyepiece immediately begins to pull up likely candidates. By who? YTL? This one is you better not ask, Fiona says, the sentence ending with a half chuckle. That's code for you're not going to like the answer, Nam says, gently nudging Lat in the elbow. Look, Murney says, sighing. You better tell him up front, she says to Fiona. It's basically Welyand. No one speaks for a few seconds. You're working for Welyand? Lat says. Our parent company is locally owned, Fiona begins, but everyone grips on their glasses are now just very slightly too casual. Sighing, they finish with, okay, fine, but I had to take the position, all right? None of all of us had the luxury of buying out our own multi-year contracts on principle alone. Murney's eyes dart quickly from Fiona to Lat, but he keeps his face straight. You know what? Lat says, forcing a sigh. You're right. I'm sorry. I know times are rough right now. Fiona relaxes, and for a moment, Lat does feel bad. They had an amazing gig over in New Angeles until the Beanstalk disaster forced budget cuts, and none of her grandparents were getting younger. This is a whole thing about, well, actually the Beanstalk disaster, was that a thing in FFG? I'm not 100% sure. Because the event happened in FFG time, which was like the destabilization of the credit, but I don't know if the Beanstalk disaster was like an FFG like plot point. No, that was an NSG plot point. That was the Nisei plot point. Yeah, the start of Ashes, excuse me. Back then they were Nisei, yeah. So this whole cycle is about like the space elevators getting destroyed. Yeah, I totally forgot. Downfall and Ashes and Uprising are about the space elevator getting destroyed and then rebuilding it. It's been a while. That's the lad I always knew, Pyak says, raising his glass in salute. Never compromise your principles, eh? What did you expect? His parents met at a timber protest con. It's in his blood, jokes Nob. Anyway, what's wrong with Welyand, huh? Fiona begins, their cheeks noticeably red from their either indignance, thwack, or both. They build infrastructure. They create jobs. That's not all they create. Lat, Suda, drop it, Murney says quietly, but he hears her. Fiona didn't, though, so she barrels onward. I mean, I'm proud of you for sticking to your values. No, seriously, they say, holding up a finger. I mean it. But times are hard for everyone. Lat thinks of the woman with the plastic cup and the vacant condo units, but says nothing. Fiona continues. I mean, and I say this as a friend, okay? No offense intended. But Liana isn't going to wait around forever for you to propose, La. People move on. I mean, I had to choose between her and Pillar. Fiona's voice hitches, just enough for Lat to notice. And it sucked. But I had to choose. Fiona slumps back in her chair, holding their glass close to her collarbone. Sorry, she says, looking Lat in the eye. I'm just saying you might have to start making some hard choices, too. Lat sighs. I think we all do. The silence that falls on the table then is natural, but still mildly uncomfortable. Someone scores an incredible goal, and the mamak erupts into screams of excitement. Refills? Lat says, picking up the bottle. The night was cooling as it raced towards morning, and by the time they dispersed, the twak was long gone from his system. The walk to the car was longer than it had been the first time. I don't know if they've said car ever in an FFG or NSG lore. The woman with the cup wasn't there anymore, and Lat continued to chew on his thoughts. A new hush-hush project. He blipped open his car, and not for the first time since he bought it, felt a pang of guilt at how nice it was. Super corridor. It gives him 2 credits. It wasn't even a hopper. He paid premium for a ground-based solar, so it is a legitimate car. Infinite range without being chained to recharge pads. He put his eyepiece onto its dock, hooking it directly into its car's rig. Now running on a couple petaflops of power, the attack time lowered considerably as he raced past a couple of easily dispatched barriers. He felt bad about hacking into Fiona's new employers, but hard choices did have to be made. Mutiara Azul was locally owned, yes, but several dozen shell corps up, he found a registration under Hexacy, the Singaporean construction conglomerate. Okay, so security software for a Welyand Consortium construction project. What kind of construction project needed to be covertly hire security subcontractors? They had a continent's worth of white hats to write code for them. The only reason was for plausible deniability. But from what? His search terminated Megacorp grade ice guarding Hexacy servers. He ran a trace route. This would make more sense back in the day. The hardware were in a farm. The hardware were in a farm out near Taman Damansara and Johor at the border with Singapore. Johor? Lat switched on the car. Sure. He hadn't been there in a while. Cool. So he's a guy with a car. He has some nice friends. That's nice. I like that. I don't know if I know too much more about Lat, and not a lot of like cards coming up by name and all that. How did he get from here to a Rent Riot in Kota Kalimantan? We need the bridge story. He's not on Rent Rioters, is he? Oh. He is? He is? These are the 2 zoom levels we have. Full screen and really small. That's meant to be Lat? I've gone this long without noticing that. The car works. It's hard to tell from Super Corridor. Yeah, it works. It gives 2 credits consistently. It's weird how it is. Unlimited mileage. Yeah, what? I don't know. I have no idea. I guess we just wanted to put a character on there. I think he was just walking by the rent on accident and didn't know what was going on. Everyone seems angry. He seems surprised. So yeah, he might have just been snuck up on. Same tattoos. Yeah, he's wearing more clothing, but it's not only same tattoos. It's like the same silver fox hair and everything. I think his pants might be the same. Show me Lat's pants. Computer, Lat's pants, please. Yeah, his top is different. We actually don't know what his pants look like. Let's do it fast, then back to mine for Twak. Yeah, he's very alcohol oriented. How did his car drive across the water? Dog, they got space elevators and shit. They got robot dogs to hunt you down. You think the water stops him? Lat handed over another glass. Now that's great Twak. We know it's greater, our eternal reward in cyber heaven. Wait to go. What is that? Lat has facial hair on the ID. That's more you know. Yeah, he does have a little kind of like a boy beard. If you like, this is bad TV because we can't do it, but like if you do this, looks like an older man, you do this, it's okay. It's a mismatch between that and that. Yeah, where we're going, we don't need roads. Okay, that's sick. I'm glad we read that. Anyways, that's a Lat deck. You can play it. Apparently, you're not meant to play the game. I do think, again, the first game that we played against, was putting stuff on the table we had to deal with. The second game was not exactly the case, and you can see the sort of turns that you can do it. Working for Welyand is cool, but you know it's even cooler? Working for Jesus. Maybe he's graying early? I think he's... I can't tell how old he's meant to be, but that's fine. We can all have our own headcanon. The way that he effortlessly holds his jacket over his chasuble is the coolest part. He seems like he's not trying. And I think that's cool. I think being effortless is really cool. All right, let's play some Netrunner. Let's build the thing. There's not that much to go over. Mind you, it was Megacities weekend this last weekend, so people were out there and doing stuff. But there was like only one Megacity. I guess we can look at the results, but the results are like very much not surprising. There was a Megacity in Brno, which I believe is in Czechia. This was at Jihomoravskia Kraj. Kraj, I'm definitely saying correct. That's a Slovenian word. The name is a bit more difficult. There was about 16 players, half the field on MeliSU. The top cut is almost entirely MeliSU, and this is won by Sleeper, who is world's top, I want to say top 8. Definitely top 16, but top 8 at Worlds this year. Also was playing like Sisyphus Jinteki, playing RH just a couple months ago. This is the list that won. It's jungle, very, very jungle. This is not on off-world office, so we are just playing the one longevity serum. We made the same change. I don't know if there's any other notable changes in the list. It's on a single bite. I think the other list was on double bite, so I think it's on 1 bite, 2 anoetics. No, that sounds right. I'm not sure where the last slot came from. Oh, this also is on Event Horizon. That is notably different, which this card is cool. This card's very, very, very good. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, top cut actually was pretty shaper pronounced. This is an Onicom Lat list that won the event. And it's just like good stuff. Onicom 20 events. The other list that we played today is on 18 events. Now, some of them don't fire Onicom. Heart technically doesn't. But yeah, this is just like the sort of shaper deck you'd definitely expect. Always be putting stuff on the table. I agree with that. Lat side. His friends are going to wild side. Then hell. Jesus. All right, I'm out of this story. The problem with playing against Lat is that you need a lot of gas to not get run over by long-term drip. Yep. Isn't it implied he's about 10 years done with secondary school from the story you just read? Yeah, but we don't know how many years it took him to get through secondary school, right? Secondary school could have been like 4 years from Lat. It could have been like 10 years for Lat. He could have been just really trying to like click for credits to get the card draw. I've been told 1 bite is the exact wrong number of bites. I think that's the world's 2025 policy, where 1 is not enough, 2 is good, 3 is too many. And I'm kind of there. Rat Lad versus Jungle is so funny because ganked is 3 credits wherever they trash it or you trash it. I find it so concerning that the point of the game where you're running is the point where we have every single breaker at 5 strength, which is, how do you not lose the game by then? I don't get that. That doesn't make sense to me. Like, saying that we break every ice for 3 credits makes sense abstractly, but functionally doesn't make sense. Because the amount of card draw you need to line up to get all your breakers in the right order and still have enough credits to feel like you can contest doesn't make a lot of sense. I don't know. I thought Lat was like 40. No, it does kind of line up that he is probably in his late 20s. A lot of corp decks right now are slow. I mean, Melius is a bit slow, that's for sure. You just let them get a credit. I can't tell. Lat deck does not get to that big of an echelon before the jungle has 7 points to score. Yeah, that's what I don't get. And like the ones that are in Regenesis too, like those will go even faster. But yeah, I wouldn't. I'm imagining the matchup is like a 60-60 matchup, but I don't think that you don't have to worry about ganked. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. That's the only Megacity I saw. It happens if a Lat player draws perfect and Melius player draws like ass. Yeah, but that's like any matchup, right? I wanted just to play Welyand. People are not high on Welyand right now, and I kind of get it. Like, Ob was the one Welyand that was doing stuff. I think Nuvim was actually pretty good, but I do think a big part of Nuvim was it was really good against like ice destruction. It was very good to our friend here, Seb, and there's seemingly less Seb, as much as we have very few data points. So like that great matchup seems a bit less good. So I think I just wanted to see for a while, like we're gonna dip into the most boring like BTL and just play like Sacrifice Zone Expansion and play like mid-range BTL. I don't think we're going to do Modernism. I think we're just going to try and push fast. I don't think we're going to do Mega Glacier. I think we're just going to do like the sort of palette cleanser, like middle of the road BTL, where we're just trying to get to points, have a Myoshu, have measures, and that's kind of it. Probably we spend our influence on things like Mesna Chesvo, which is a really good card, on Charlotte, and just see how things feel. I don't know what spicy tech we should be spending our influence on, and I feel like we can spend some influence on spicy tech at this point. Whether it's a defensive upgrade, I'm not 100% sure. Play Sokka Cloud? What does that mean, Cold Lava? I challenge people to watch the Lab vs. Melee's game we uploaded today. Diamond burst up to Echelon 5 on like 5 turns. Yeah, sure, but like, well, I don't know. I have no reason to fight you on this. I just don't think like saying that Ganked is a 3 credit card is going to be accurate on most parts of the game. Okay, let's give this a shot and see what we can do. So in terms of the new cards that we got in Welyand, Sacrifice Zone expansion seems like a really good BTL card. When you advance it, the first time you advance it, you get 5 credits. That's obviously very good for going like very fast. In terms of other Welyand stuff that we can play, we have some cheap low influence stuff. I'm not going to de-res any of my ice. Flywheel is a card that might be good if you're going really quick, but I don't think it's going to be that good. I've been running Kimberlite Field Tucana to tutor at ice and trash key things for basically free. Lloyd, what are you doing with Kimberlite? Oh, Kimberlite, not Shackleton. Interesting. Hey, Cror. I thought people are high AF on Welyand. Right now, I don't know if I would be, because I don't know what Welyand that you want to play. Like, assuming Op doesn't have a deck, which it probably does. It'll take a while to find it. Like, I think Nuvin was doing okay into Seb, but like, I don't know what else you're playing in Welyand. Like, Bangoon's not obviously doing it. Bad publicity decks still haven't been proven. Cloud, does it say Nuvim? It says play Sokka Cloud on my side. I know Sokka played like a Nuvin list with like 3 bronze in it. If you want, you can try an all Welyand deck for giggles, but seriously, a fast clearinghouse could be nice, but super deep hole would be epic. Diogen, I don't like playing a playstyle that just like loses. How's it going, by the way, to pinhole? Which I think there's a lot of pinholes in the meta. I don't think super deep borehole is bad TV. Like, this is the problem. I think it's bad Netrunner, but it's also bad TV. There's no good game where you just sit there and wait and watch someone fail to run a thing for 6 turns. It is not good television. I have to keep that in mind. Clearinghouse actually is probably fine. Like, if you can score an agenda, you could probably score a clearinghouse. That one is weaker to pinhole, but it's not my favorite playstyle, that's for sure. Bangoon absolutely does it. Save that for some event. I like Bangoon. I think just Bangoon's a bit trickier. Hopefully Ashes doesn't rotate for like 2 more cycles. I hope Ashes rotates really quickly. When does Ashes rotate? They haven't said. I kind of hope it rotates sooner, but I think we need more cards sooner than that's a thing. Toxin's a card you can play. It's not bad. Mid-strength code gates are pretty good. Has a face check. It is very expensive. You can, of course, trash this, go get cards from your deck. I don't know if we play Vulture Fund unless we like lean into bad publicity. That's at least my read so far. Bad publicity has felt very painful unless you're playing regulatory capture, more bad publicity ice. I don't know if you play Vulture Fund in regular Welyand. And I think that's mostly it. Myoshu is really important. The fact that we actually can go from 5 points to the game is really important in a deck that should have a lot of money. Keeling, good TV, Borehole, bad TV, hence Jiteki meta forever. No, Keeling's pretty bad TV too. It's better than Borehole, but like Bar is pretty low. Bar is actually very low. All right, let's see what we can do. Oh, I already have a new deck open, don't I? Or is it just me Googling Megarang? No, it's here. Okay, so let's see what our agenda suite is. So we're going to play 3 Sacrifice Zone expansion. When you advance this, you get money. That's pretty good. We do want to score this out. We're not going to bleed the runner for damage. It's usually not a great thing to do. We'll play 3 of them and see how it goes. We'll play a Singleton above the log because the card is very good. And then I'm assuming we're going to be playing Basalt Spires because it's the best thing Welyand can do right now. And in terms of Myoshus and measures, it just gives you a win condition. So if we lose this early, we lose this early. This leaves us at 17, so we can play 3 more agendas. Here, there's a couple things that we could do. We could play a single STS drone deployment and play very few agendas. This is a weird agenda suite. We have to score 2 2s and a 3, but we only have 4 2s in the deck, or 2 3s and a 2, which is maybe doable. But this could be an agenda suite that takes up very few points. The other option is you just play Let Them Dreams, and you play, what is it, 2 of them? Oh, that's 21 points, so that's kind of ugly. I haven't played enough Let Them Dream as just a tempo card, or sorry, like a value card in certain decks. It's very good. But I feel like I've been playing surprisingly little Let Them Dream in the modern meta, and I think I'm wrong about that. Play 44, only 1 more point? We are playing 44. Oh my god, you're right, 44, 1 more point. Yeah. So we could do this, or we could cut this and then just play like an Eminent. Yeah, you're right. We can play 18 points. Very good catch. So you can play a Singleton Green Mill. I do think at the end of the day, this is like still not a good agenda suite is my guess. Because like if we score the Sacrifice Zone expansion, we're on 2 points. If we score Basalt, we're on 5 points. And at this point, the Green Mill is like totally useless. The only way for the Green Mill to possibly be good in the deck is if we score 2 Basalts or 3 Sacrifice Zone expansions, right? Like adding a 1 pointer to this deck brings you to 18, but it doesn't actually do anything. You know what I mean? As much as Green Mail is okay if you fast advance it with Built to Last because you actually go up on credits. But this doesn't seem good. Show me Realok. I don't want to play this card. I want to actually do something on tempo. This card is not on tempo. Might have missed the deck, but what is the win con for this deck? Myoshu and Measured, just like Welyand mid-rush. Basalt Green Mail into 2/. Yeah, maybe we should just play Slash instead. But I think there's also a chance we play Seamless. Basalt Green Mail into Slash. I think we'd play Seamless. I think it's a fun gem suite minus Green Mail. Play Eminent instead. Yeah, I kind of don't mind those Singleton Eminent because it actually does have text, but I think ultimately this is kind of strange. Like, I don't know if you cut an above the law to play 3 Eminent, but you probably cut a Sac Zone and play like 3 1-pointers. Or even the Ashes 3-1. Yeah, I like that better. I think that could be more important. But like this card, I do not like the text of it. It's a bit more interesting with Basalt. It says when the runner steals another agenda, you may forfeit this agenda. And if they steal it on their turn, I think you can choose your triggers between Basalt and it. I guess it doesn't matter whose turn it is. 3 Sac Zone Zany, it's a good card. It's a really good card. Gives you credits. Allows you to jam very, very aggressively. And I think that's what we're going to do. Let's try a Divested Trust. I'm not a big believer in this card, but it does technically have text. And we'll see how that works. Okay, what are we putting in the remote server? So, things that we want to put in the remote server. Anthill. Pretty low floor. This card's good. You're scoring only 2 agendas with the Basalt and Myoshu, it's fine. Yeah, let's hope that we just do Basalt Sacrifice Zone. That's good enough. And mind you, advancing this does give you credits towards your Myoshu, which is pretty good. So play Antilles. We'll play the Spin Doctors, I'm pretty sure. What else do we want in the slot? Like we can play Charlottes just to get big money, go fast. That seems good. And then we'll have a lot of ice that just ends the run. In terms of defensive upgrades, we can put some in the deck. Let's just go over quickly to operations. So we'll play all the like usual suspects. So we're going to play all 3 measured so that we have that win con. We'll play, I think, 2 Myoshus. We could play a Malapert as well. Malapert with the measured is fine. We'll see if it's a slots issue. We'll see if there's anything else we want to grab. The other thing we can grab is Seamlesses, and we do kind of need something like this if we're going to be playing Myoshu, because we have to score the Basalt with clicks left. So this is like all our influence, and that's a pretty consistent line. As much as now we have to do defensive upgrades in faction if we're going to play defensive upgrades. We'll play hedge funds. We'll play KPIs. We have to remember that we're not on a 49 card deck, so some of these utility slots are going to be a bit challenged. Maybe we're just on 2 KPIs. KPI is a really good card. Is there anything else we obviously want to play? Like maybe we could play a Singleton Pivot and play a fewer Myoshu, because like Pivot is just a fine card. Let's do ice. Oh, now the issue with this is we can't play Messny Chestful. Messny Chestful is just very, very good. Every deck is splashing Seamless still? I mean, Seamless is a very, very good card. We're not at the point where every deck is playing it. And actually, we're at the point where now it's the fewest amount of HB decks playing Seamless in any meta we've ever seen. And that's because the majority of HB decks at this point are just going horizontal. Honestly, it's the fewest amount of Seamlesses per HB deck. I think you're seeing it somewhat more in faction. Messny's a really good card. It's a card that we want to advance. That's nice. But let's look at some of the other cards we can advance. We'll put 1 Afshar as a bookmark. Card's good. I feel like I've seen more Eket now than in a while. I'm not sure why. This card's not bad. It's also pretty good in Welyand, but like this is competing with the Maskarovka slot, and it seems like they're kind of interesting. Cut Seamless and plays Slash. I just don't know how we play Slash with this agenda suite. Because the thing that we want to try out for sure, Sacrifice Zone expansion. So I don't know if we can. I think Event Horizon, yeah, Lore is going to be pretty important. We'll bookmark one of these. I don't know if we end up playing it. We're not going to play Biowak. We're not going to play Colossus. Descent, we probably don't play. Event Horizon, we can play. I think there's a chance that you could splash envelopments into this deck if you're a really proper rush deck. The idea is that you can install advance and then put an envelopment in front of it. Sounds really nice because no one breaks envelopment on turn 1 or turn 2 really easily. I don't know if that's the thing to do because obviously we're going to have issues. But if we're just trying to rush and go fast, envelopment's like not terrible. You don't really see it outside of like ob decks for obvious reasons, but is Shylendra good? It's not great. The thing with Shylendra is like it's a card you put on central servers, so that's okay. It technically has advanceable ice text, but like I don't even know what it is all the time. People don't often break this, so it's like kind of mid. I don't know. It's hard. It's like it's a central's ice. It's not taxing. It's porous. It's not that annoying when it fires. So it doesn't get a lot of slots in a lot of decks. And I feel like this sort of slot, we kind of got Flywheel in that slot, which maybe that's comparable. It's easier to break a Flywheel, but the math is just much better. I'd rather res a Flywheel for free than a Shylendra for 3 credits or 4 credits. Do you get the credit back on this? No, you don't even get the credit back on this. All right, we'll play a Winchester. We don't want to have advanceable ice. Tree line's just a good ice, no matter which way you slice it. If you use it or install it, it's still quite fine. We'll put a couple in. Maybe we'll try Toxin as like an anchor ice. I think Stavka is still kind of worth playing. You get the credit back of your game net. I mean, I guess you do. Ferris is a bit big. We could try this. It's hard to break this early. I can't tell where we want to be playing Maskarovkas versus Akets versus Logjams. Maskarovka is like the GOAT. It breaks relatively well. It has a great face check, and it's good to rush behind. We also can look at neutral ice, and I think we'll probably play a 1 or 2 neutral pieces of ice. Logjam, we can play 1 and see how it looks. Again, we'll add some cards and then we'll cut some cards. Kessler, I feel like it's less necessary. I'm assuming there's a bit less ice destruction in general. There's less Seb in general. I think more I've seen Lou decks that are not ice destruction, and that's like the only great reason to play this, but that's okay. We can definitely slot a hammer into this list. Its text is still kind of relevant. What is the 2026 equivalent of Anansi? There's not a great card that has Anansi's text on it that sees play. There's a card kind of like Anansi in terms of, what's it called? The name of the scientist, I never remember it. The Jinteki scientist. And then we have cards like Cloud Eater that has Anansi-like text, but not really. It's like a big sentry. But the other one is the scientist in Jinteki, which is a 7-cost 3 subroutine thing. It's like the closest thing to it. But there's no ice in the format that like really punishes you for breaking all of it besides Lethe. And Lethe doesn't see any play for a couple different reasons. But this is the only card that says like, oh, when they bypass it. Empiricist, yeah. Empiricist is the closest thing to it. And it's not bad. It's a bit cheaper, but it doesn't have the text. No shot? I mean, it looks like an Anansi. It breaks like an Anansi. Embarrassist doesn't seem close. No, I'm not going to pretend it does. It's just like, that is the Anansi shape. The thing that we're trying to smash into that Anansi shaped hole. But I don't think there's a card that punishes you that obviously in an Anansi way. Lethe punishes the same way Funhouse does all the time. It's actually comically bad. Yeah, I'm not a big Lethe enjoyer. Yo, this is a pile. So how much ice should we have? We should probably have around 15 ice. Maybe that's a bit high. Currently, we have 16 ice, so we should cut some of that. Can we win with this deck? Do we need upgrades? If we had an upgrade, we could play Zato and just play some meaner ice, but we probably want SDS to do that. We could play a Tucana to go get a Myoshu. I mean, that kind of makes sense. We probably should play, if we want to go fast and loose, we should play, Tucanas. I was going to say we could play Malapert to go get the right thing. So I think we just need to make this sense. Being able to Fazerman and Pierce is sinful. Yeah. There's nothing that punishes bypass like that. Hey, you can smash my Anansi shaped hole. Hey, Ian. Okay. So 48 cards. We need to cut 4 cards. We have way too many ice. The code gates, are code gates in Welyand still bad? Is the Welyand code gate slot still bad? Kind of looks bad. Kind of looks quite bad. So we'll do this. This I don't love. We have way too many barriers. So our like fair logjam doesn't seem amazing. We don't have that many upgrades. I think we'll cut the Akets. We like advancing Akets. Maybe we don't play Maskarovkas, but Maskarovka just seems so good. Maybe we'll play Aket instead of Maskarovka. Bro's going full berries right now. I mean, it's Welyand. It's what you do. I'm glad you got the Mr. Patel joke. I did it immediately, and then I saw the next thing that you said underneath that, and it made way more sense. Good game, by the way. Logjam, Pharaohs. I guess we'll cut the Pharaohs. It's very expensive. We don't care about the tag. This is probably not it. Like, this is where you end up splashing Braun anyways, because Braun is like the only taxing barrier in the format. Early Logjam is kind of bad. Let's try one Pharaohs and see how it goes. You break this for what? 3 credits and 3 counters? We want Malapert, not Tucana. I don't know. Tucana seems okay. We could try 1-1, but like Tucana allows you to score and push your game forward. So like it defends centrals. Like the card's really good. I'm hoping with 44 cards and 2 Myoshus we can find it, but it could be a right to do one of each. Because if we don't find our Myoshu, we're in a really, really bad spot. So maybe you do 1-1. Maybe you play, I wouldn't say 3 Myoshus, but you could also play a pivot. But pivot's harder to play Myoshu with. All right, this doesn't look good. I don't think we have enough money. I think we need to mess Nechessos. Is Charlotte worth playing? With Charlotte, we might not play Anthill. Like maybe we just play wall to wall. But obviously people really like Charlotte in BtL. Is it that good? Say that we have this hand, what do we have to do? So we drew our biggest barriers. That's not great. We have to put one on HQ. I know we push one on the remote server. It's probably like Event Horizon Anthill. If they run that, we're in a bad spot. We could advance this once they get 2 credits. So we probably don't actually make the play. Then we draw the Winchester for HQ. That's not a good start. We just don't have a lot of ways to make the money running. I don't think you play BTL without Charlotte. Like, say this is our opening hand. It's really, really bad. I think 3 Event Horizon is too much. I don't think we need 3 because we don't want one in our opening hand. So we just want ice that we can actually use early. So that would be like Aket, Maskarovka, stuff like this. This is too many 2 big ice. So let's put in more Maskarovkas, I guess. So we're in 44. We open this. This is fine. HQ open against a criminal is not something we can afford to do. But if we did this and this, we could advance this once. I mean, maybe okay. We need tree lines. I could see it. The tree line's really good with things that actually take the advancements. But we're not like the triple logjam deck. I think tree line's a bit better in Nuvang for that reason because it's an expend card. But like tree line's just a good card in general until they botch us it. This reses for 3. Maskarovka reses for 1. I actually don't mind a cat. What does this look like? Like, this is a good draw. Afshar. We probably don't make a play on their remote server because we can't actually do anything with the thing. So we probably draw once. Yeah, that's good. We do Afshar, and then we probably Fly Swatter just R&D, I guess. At this point, we can do Tree Line, Charlotte, Advance. Hopefully it goes. We get a couple cards here. Now we have the Charlotte for a couple too many turns. So we can do like Hammer in front of the remote server. So it's Barrier Sentry with relevant text. We can put this on HQ. We advance Charlotte. She goes again. This seems like actually a playable hand. We have to do Install Advance with the Basalt, or we can just Seamless it, which is good. That seems fine. So Antil's fine, but Daily Cast was banned for a while. How does that work? Oh yeah, Antil's a trashable card. Daily Cast is also neutral. But Daily Cast is a 5 credit econ card that any runner can play with very little deck building restrictions. Antil is a 1 credit trash cost that you have to protect with ice. It also goes in a remote server. There's so many reasons. Assets are not equal to resources. The runner can trash assets. The corporation can't trash resources. Let alone it is neutral. That's the one big thing. This card's 2 influence. I've never seen it splash. It's not a problem that there's cards that give you money, right? But also, notably, Daily Cast got banned at a point where runners had to just be pushed down because corporations lost good cards, runners didn't. At least that was the logic. Okay, so like, say this is the hand we're playing against Shaper. If we just do like Pharaohs, install Sac Zone, advance Sac Zone, we can res the Pharaohs, right? Because when we install advance this, we spend 1 and then we gain 5. So we're at 10. If you face check into the Pharaohs, I mean, we probably don't make the play, but we can, which is kind of fun. Like, that's the play I want to make, is just jam this out. Oh man, this looks like not going to be good. I think you're right. 3 Antil, 3 Charlotte is too much. I think I'd rather play like events here. Like, we probably play like a Gov sub or something. Just because we, like, if we don't have Myoshu money, this feels a bit silly in a deck that has a lot of money, but I could see us, yeah, wanting more stuff that we can use. What would be really cute that we can play here? Do we play a BAU? I probably play Petty Cash for Gov sub. Yeah, I could see that. I just throw out the Petty Cash though. We have no like discard synergy cards. We have no discard synergy cards, but Petty Cash is not bad. Do we ever play Corden? Install Advance Corden is like really fun. It's not right for this deck. KBI is better than BAU. BAU lets you purge though. Like the threat text on this is actually pretty good into certain metas. Like purge a card and 2 advancements is like not bad. Maybe not a slot, but not bad. Oh, yeah, I'll try the Petty Caches. I'm a bit suspect about the Petty Cache. I don't love it unless we have discard synergy. Look at my old BTL mid-range list for the shape. I think Sokka though plays like Hyper Glacier. We're not gonna be playing Hyper Glacier. But we still have slots, huh? Oh. Pivot for MR Myoshu. Yeah, I could see that. It was a consideration. We also can grab the Divested Trust, which is kind of fun. All right, let's see what this draw's like. We don't have enough ice, I don't think. We're at 12 ice. No, we need more ice. Hold on. We need 1 more ice. There's no code gate I'm happy with besides maybe another Fly Swatter. Pivot for Myoshu is ambitious. It's very ambitious. But it's like grab it to your hand, not play it. It's like you just take it. 4, 4, 5. 13 for a 44 card deck. It's like a bit low, but not too low. All right, say that we draw this. Do we keep it? No, probably not. Third event Horizon 100%. Okay. I didn't like having it in my opening hand, but it is like obviously one of the most powerful cards. And maybe it's going to feel a bit better because we don't have, what's it called behind it? We don't have Anthill. Do you need all three measures? I think we do. I think you only have a win con if you have two of them. My guess is you do. Okay, this is a good hand. We can do Tree Line on HQ, Hammer on R&D, or whatever would make sense, hedge fund. Next turn, we can start with a Spin Doctor, get some options. We're going to need more of these. We can start with the Event Horizon. I don't know how else we're going to do this turn. Put a Spin Doctor behind it. If they trash this one, we get two more. Mandatory draw. And then our remote server is going to be Event Horizon, probably Tree Line, depending on the opponent. And then we can do Install Advance and next turn Seamless out the Basalt, and maybe the game gets interesting. You need, don't cut all three Antills? I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I could see us wanting one or two Antills. Yeah, I could see it. The card is good. 3 is a bit much. We have 6 cards we want to jam on turn 1. But actually, technically, we have 9 cards because Sac Zone is worth jamming. I think the Petty Cash has come out. Let's try this. Pretty reg. Yeah, every turn we want to put something in the remote server. And that's one of the issues with the face-up agenda is it's face-up. So if we do install advance, it's like probably not the Sac Zone. Sac Zone has to be face-up, right? Yeah, install only. Okay. JNet. What? Is this new? I don't remember seeing this code at the top. New corp deck. Oh, that. Whoa, it knew the ID. Okay, that's probably what that does. That's awesome. Yeah, that's cool. I don't know when that was added. I don't think we've deck built in a while. Just paste it in there. It auto IDs and names. Oh, it auto ID names too. That's awesome. Because the what we paste has the name in it, right? Yeah, title, pretty reg BTL. Okay, cool. Yeah, so we just had to straight paste it. That's sick. That's really, really cool. I don't know this name. Padma, cool. So R&D matters. We have no ice for R&D. Kind of wanted to play Padma Cacophony today. I think the deck is a bit better than it looks. So this hand's like not awful. Hey. Best of luck. Have fun. We just want to get something on R&D that's like annoying. Annoying is good. A cat would be good. Hammer would be great. This hand could get stuff, but we could do like just asset spam. I'm mostly going to keep this, but we can just like Spin Doctor asset spam and then put the Event Horizon. I'm sure an R&D is like not perfect, but it does have a face check. Let's see how bad this can be. Okay. So we can blast it in the remote server next turn. You monkey. Eventually this will be broken for a credit. Tree line's going to be probably annoying forever. I guess we do the tree line. Let's see what happens. Diabolical keep? No, I like this keep. We don't expect Captain Padma to challenge assets. Cool. That's a bad breakpoint. Nice. Break this for 3. Never mind. All right, they bottomed out. Okay, we can be pretty aggressive, but Nanook into the Sac Zone is gonna be really funny. After is actually pretty good into this. Okay, interesting. Tamely Antill's ambitious. There's no shot that they check this. I don't know what their read is, but it probably looks like a second Spin Doctor or some garbage like wall to wall. Okay, so Antill breaks. Sorry, they're gonna have 3 credits. 2 cards in hand. So if they want to get through the tree line and trade it for the Sac Zone, they have to lose their Nanook. Otherwise, we score it and they lose their Nanook. I mean, both of those seem fine. They don't know what the ice is. We don't want to do Afshar because Afshar they break for 1 credit, but this they have to break for 2 credits. We probably should just wait 1 turn. We should do this in the other order. Because if this is in the inside, it's harder for them because they don't get the credit first. I guess we should KPI then. Sorry. We might as well KPI. So we can draw and shuffle. Will we need money? If the Antill doesn't connect, we'll need money. We're going to advance the tree line, I think. Yeah, we don't need card draw. I'll advance. They break this for 2? I don't think that matters. What are they going to charge? This means they have to boost once. Yeah, this seems fine. Andre, use the idea. I'm getting there. We had a click left. Nice ritual. Very good. Yeah, having the agenda face up on the table while Nanook is on the other side of the table, be like, what do you mean flamethrower? Okay, that's obviously bad. If they hit the sack zone, they can leave it in hand. They hit the sack zone and double measured. So they have to trade their Nanook for this. All sorts of fire. I do think I've seen Pudma hit us with burner a fair bit. Now it's a 50-50 and they only have 1 run on this. Very important 50-50. The measure's on the bottom. Okay, let's flip a coin. You think we're winning this, chat? It's a huge 50-50. Crack spin? I don't think we need to. Get the measured back in. We're not going to be on threat anytime soon. Got him. The bear lives. Imagine paying 4 for this and losing it the next turn. All right, so we do install, advance. We can advance it once more so that we can score and jam the next thing we top deck. Now, generally we want to advance our cards, but we can definitely advance this one more time. It also means we can take a counter off of it if we're feeling really spiteful. Yeah, we have to remember we want to get the measures back in at some point, but I'll do it once we're on threat. You're right, the sooner we do it, the more likely we are to draw into it, but I actually rather draw another agenda here, or a Myoshu, because we're on track to Myoshu at the game. Yeah, Nanook leaves when an agenda is scored or stolen, so no matter what. Yeah, that was a really big 50-50. If we drew another agenda, we'd be happy, but we didn't, so it was a huge 50-50. They had to do a 1 in 4 and then win a 50-50, so we're slightly favored. Slightly on that interaction. Overclocking to the remote server. No, they're a bear. So if we res this tree line, they have to pay 3. They break the Afshar for free. So I think we just don't res, right? The bear goes anyways. Yeah, there's no need to res here. All right, they got us on that one. Bear still leaves play. It's RFG too. You can't bring bear back. Creative A, there are actually like very few cards in hand staying afloat. I don't know if I shuffle the Spin Doctor. I just want to draw more cards with this Spin Doctor. Their bear is gone. I was like, that bear is a problem, but yeah, the bear is gone. I think I'm just gonna grab the next Spin Doctor. Great. Let's see if they can put pressure on centrals. But this is an obviously very, very good play because this is a lot of credit. So we just want to keep jamming turn after turn and see what they can do with 3 cards in hand. Again, we have to shuffle at some point to get the measures back in. We'll shuffle in the Spin Doctor and just the KPI, I imagine. Now we want the measures. It's threat 4, but yeah, we're getting there. With 2 in the bottom of the deck, it's very unlikely we draw into it if we don't shuffle. Well, like we have 1 more is all I'm saying. But I think we'll get there. I don't know why they're playing Nanook. Like I can't tell what that means that we should tell from the rest of their deck. We're at measure threat? No, it's threat 4. We're not at measure threat. Wait, what? As in, like, if they steal one in measured threat? We have 1 1-pointer, but you're not wrong. Yeah, no stress. Imagine if they drop a bear and run it again. Yeah, they can't run now because they don't have breakers. And again, if they're not Nanook, I'm not sure what the rest of their breaker suite is. Like, maybe they're on Mayflies. I'm not sure what Nanook means their game plan is because the Tongues of Taylor means that they plan to build. Oh, are they on Whale? This is sick. Okay, so now we want them to spend money because they might not have Charlotte money. The tree line's 4 strength. Beta makes a run and the Nanook will go in back of the deck. They're cooking. So this they break for 3. After they break for 1. So we're just taxing credits. They're going to chase the Charlotte out. So if we res this, they know what the ice is, but it'll be 0 strength. So when they break it for 2, they get 1 back. This will leave them on 2 credits. That's enough to trash Charlotte. I think we will probably crack Charlotte. Against RFG, it doesn't work. Sorry? What? No, it's not an agenda. Wait, why is this gone? This Nanook gets RFG'd? Oh my god, you're right. When this is uninstalled, it's removed from the game. I think we'll crack this. Them losing 2 credits is actually like reasonable. Yeah, I don't know if they realized that because I definitely didn't. But yeah, it's gone too. It's 2 bears down. Oh, that's so weird. Yeah, it has text on it. Yeah, that might, wow, they have every credit commission. That might not work the way that they thought it did. We get KPI to draw. So we can do KPI to draw, put Event Horizon, Charlotte advance. We don't draw an agenda. I guess we'll shuffle the hedge fund back. KPI is good. Do they only have 1 more breaker? Because they beta builded confidently. We've had something to jam every turn, which is really good. I'd rather pad HQ. I'm not super worried. If we draw 2 agendas, we're a bit worried, but we always do install over install. This server now, Event Horizon, seems really good against the final bear. We could advance this once, which is actually worth a lot of credits, then install advance. I'm okay with that. We actually maybe don't need a lot of credits, but it's a really big advancement. Okay, we're threatening fire again. The KPI was a hedge fund. That was hella worth. Yeah, it was very, very good. Card draw, install, saving 3. We did pay 1 for it, but very, very good card. Very flexible too. There's a greasing that cycled card. I think it was better because it gives us flexibility. Like that's how we used it, but that's not how we have to use it. Well, they have good money. Seamless advanced install is probably safer here than anywhere else. That was hella suspicious. They have to think this is an agenda. Wait, that was not a good play. There's no shot that was a good play. I don't know. I think they're on 1 more bear. Oh, cataloger. Okay, cool. So they're doing that new cataloger. That makes sense. They might only have 1 more bear though, and we have a spin doctor on the table. They have to chase out. Yeah, this is not a good line if they're running R&D here. Oh. Yeah, so they're just on beta bed cataloger. This is not a great run because we have spin doctor. They're shaper than 1 run HQ. I mean, they could burner us. It's not the end of the world, but like, I think we're going to grab this card back when we score the basalt. So we can always shuffle with the spin doctor here. It wasn't a great play. I just didn't want to advance pass. Burner into spin? It doesn't draw. It doesn't, like if they spin and leave it in HQ, not if they put it on top of R&D. They're going to run out of breakers? Yeah, they probably have more mayflies. But this mayfly gets trashed, right? They're going to run out of breakers, genuinely. Also, hammer is really good on R&D if that's their game plan. Oh, the trigger orders are triggered. Thinking. I think I actually, yeah. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and do the spin doctor back and a KPI, I think. I think we want to leave the seamless in the bin. Yeah, let them double mayfly. So we know there's a mayfly on the top of the deck. So if we put a hammer there, it becomes very awkward for them because either we trash the cataloger. So we can just do advance hammer. Want to rip? Could be an agenda. Oh! All right, that's sick. We're not on threat, so hammer still has text. Melandrogen bypasses threat as strength 3 or fewer. Event Horizon Treeline After is really good. This is 4 strength. Wait, Tungsten Tailor Melandrogen works? Oh my god, Tungsten Tailor Melandrogen works. Whoa. Do you want to treeline the treeline? Yeah, I could see us treelining this treeline, but we also want to double advance this. This is now 3 strength, so they can Melandrogen it. That actually does work. Should have advanced the tree line? We still can. I think we undo this and then just say, well, we have to like tree line this tree line, but they can still mayfly. I think you're right that it is just better. I think we just do this because we have to get it up to high strength because it's 3 strength even if we advance it. So we'll see. They don't have a lot of money. Can you wait until you have Myoshu in hand to push the agendas? We want to top deck the Myoshu, but I think we're just going to play what we have. But if we top deck a Myoshu, yeah, that's a reason to keep the Seamless as well. Yeah, it matters if we get rid of it, but now like running the servers are really expensive. And we have an Event Horizon here, which is good. If you only advance it once is 4 strength, yeah, but there's a Tungsten. Oh, you're right. You're right. Because it went up and then down. Yeah, sorry. It was already showing that modified strength because Tungsten's not only during a run. Yeah, so it's at 4. We would have brought it to 5. So we overdid it. But hey, it's 6. That's good. I don't think we have to do anything with this. Okay, so we top deck a Myoshu, we win. Huh. We also don't want to score it because it puts Melandrijum to threat. Like, we also don't want to use it. Yeah, this is fine. Because against Melandrijum, you just want to, like, hold. So we have a 1 in 13 chance of winning next turn. If we just find a Myoshu. Top deck Malapert? Yeah, we can install Malapert. Actually, we have a 3 in 26 chance. Yeah, you're right. Malapert wins. I mean, we just push in the remote server and say you have to steal it. This also allows us to control the top of the deck. So this is Cataloger tech, technically. It's funny it's face up, but like we have Seamless, so they have to run it. Yeah, I guess we're jamming. But Basalt is technically tech. Yeah, we could have drawn once, I guess, to Seamless this. Doesn't really matter. But we have this Seamless. So in theory, we can do advance, Seamless advance. They need to run this. Mayfly runs the server once. Melandrijum is only once per turn. Oh no, because they can use it twice. Because they can use top text and bottom text. They actually can get into this remote server. Now they can't. Yeah, they didn't play around Event Horizon. Bummer. Yeah, you can't run last click into Welyand. Yeah, GG. Yeah, the credits didn't matter. This could have been a big ISO playing ground. I'll just end it to be nice. Oh, the Malapert was the next card. We could have done it. We should have advanced that first, so we got a credit. Thanks for the game. That was a cool deck. I was exciting to see the pieces come together. Yeah, I think installing the Tungsten on turn 1 to go down to like 0 credits was probably not the play. This did fire once. Obviously, it has like interaction points when it comes to Melandrijum. But yeah, I don't know if the economy was not the strongest. The top and bottom text is the wrong order for your server. Oh no, for this remote. So like if they break all of this and then we pop the Event Horizon, they can run back. They can Melandrijum the tree line. Oh no, they can't because you're right. They're in the wrong order. Yeah, you're right. I'm new and having not to worry about ice types. Oh, super cool. The beta build into Nanak interaction is a bit unfortunate. That got me by surprise too. Yeah, because this is 4 strength. I keep seeing the number and thinking it'll go down when Tungsten fires, but Tungsten is passive. It's not like Ice Carver, which was during a run only, I think. I'm used to seeing the ice only go down during a run. Yeah, Ice Carver is when you're encountering. So I always think the number is the fake number. Hey, thanks for game. I have like 6-8 runs on it. I think you need to flush my spin before going for the cataloger. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's an easy lesson to learn. Yeah, you definitely want to always go for the spin before you're doing anything with cataloger for obvious reasons. Even for burner, it can matter. Hey, cheers. You too. As much as they did not win the 50-50. Nice. Welcome to the game. That's sick. That's really cool. I worry that this sort of decks where like you don't interact with functionally a lot of the game, it is a way that you can win games as a newer player, but it also sometimes teaches you bad fundamentals where it's like you play your game at all costs and all you can do is like, I have 6 to 8 runs and then you have to kind of roll the dice. We've seen this before. Sometimes like Sabotage back with Noise back in the day, you just have to watch out. Sometimes it does just teach you like not the best fundamentals because you kind of go out of your way to eschew playing fundamentals. But I get it. Let's see some PD. Oh, Force, Hiram, we're a corp. I forgot. Hey, Cat. Thanks, you too. Cat usually kicks her ass on stream. I don't think we have a great record against Cat. Feel the assorted deck is better than Hiram? Well, hey, Hiram has been summoned. So the top of R&D matters. This hand is Basalt, a single Toxin, and a hedge fund. So we could do like 1, 2, 3, leave R&D open. I'm okay to try that. We get a hedge fund back, worst case. We res a Toxin, we're bankrupt. Don't worry about it. Oh, that helps. We also could just like keep this in HQ and say nothing's going to happen. I also would be okay with that. So let's just try and find R&D ice. This is technically an R&D ice. Let's go. My deck is a bit of Bruce. Hopefully things work out. Hey, excited to see it. I feel like we're zoomed out one too many. Yeah, we are, but this feels a bit too close now. I'm just too big. Streamer box. Or did she keep or she mulled? She has a sure gamble and a nuke. It seems good, but she mulled. RWS. Cool. All right. Do we pop the spin doctor here? No, I think we want to keep it as a secret, but if we don't res it here, it's a bit suspect. I think I'd rather push the above the law here. So we can do hedge fund, above the law, Toxin. Maybe she installs environment. Yeah, this is too close. Maybe she installs environmental testing. The nuke is probably not going to live one more turn. You need to become just little guy again. As a corporation, playing Built to Last, I don't feel right being just little guy. Maybe she puts down a daily cast. We have seen no hardware fires. I could see it right to pop the spin doctor there and just say, like, if you want your ability to be relevant, you have to chase down the spin doctor, which is not a good trash on this board state. Install a resource. Please don't make me do nothing with this above the law. Please put down your knickknack. She has a knickknack. She's going to install it. Because environmental testing would have come down first. It has to be a knickknack or nuke or bust. Or daily cast. Please, Cat. You can make us so happy. Okay. We just spin doctor and chill. Second remote server? Hammer on R&D is fine. She knows that we have a measured in hand because she saw it. And that's the awkward thing. You put DZ down like on the wrong click. Did she do Coalescence DZ? No shot she did that. She did DZ Hiram Coalescence. Yeah, I wish they could tell me that she saw the card. I wish it marked it. So we could do Charlotte in a new server is like strange, but we could do Hammer Charlotte new server. I think we want to put the Hammer in R&D. And we could do Charlotte Advanced, but then this is obviously an agenda. We just don't have a better play here. And it costs her a click. I mean, this is a bad use of a Charlotte, but I feel not the worst about it. It's a bit jazz, but I feel like we're playing jazz here. I'm also worried that she's a combo deck considering she's rewrite sharing and spec working and all that sort of stuff. Didn't Hiram see the hammer? You might be right. Well, she has 18 credits. Yeah, maybe you're right that she saw the hammer. Yeah, because we drew 3, yeah. Spin Doctor and Mando. Oh, wow, okay. Blings, she knows the top of the deck. Has a harmony. I don't know if she's going to play that. Please install a resource. She's playing the harmony. Why? Okay. I really don't like what we're doing here. Hey, guy, how's it going? So we can install the Winchester, but then we install the Charlotte. It doesn't do anything. I feel like we're playing so slow, and it's because we committed this above the law. We could have jammed. Like, I don't know if she has access to breakers. What does the bling mean? It means she's DAZ MZing, and it means she's illuminating. That's what bling means. I guess we just get rid of the basalt. This is a real server. You might not like it. Winchester Toxin is like a peak remote. My job is to create board states no human has seen before. And we're on track. We got Winchester Toxin remote server. She's dropped a revolver. She's rejigged a coalescence, which triggers bling. Ping X less. Yo, rejig fires bling? I don't know what she's doing, but the answer is not playing resources, and that's damn upsetting. That's super upsetting. And I feel like we have to just go a bit faster here. That's obviously upsetting. We could have seamless to jam. It actually might have been right to seamless to jam. Whatever. Skulls laughs. I'll decide to continue to cook my brain with Netrunner. Sometimes it doesn't stop. Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty bad. She's on 23 credits because we haven't made her do anything. Because we haven't done anything. Like, she's playing around measured and she's going to get her breakers down. Like, this is what I mean. We're playing Lat Lat. Like, she's getting so much value from not doing anything. What has she played, though? She did reshuffle her heap, so we can't see how many sure gambles she played. But the rejig and the rigging ups as bling triggers are, like, kind of sick. I think we just want to bury you here and we're happy. We also might need slightly more money because this is a lot. That's a lot of money. And none of this is advanceable ice too, which is also kind of awkward. Maybe we should have jammed the Charlotte instead and worked on the Charlotte for a bit. I just feel like we're under pressure and I'm not 100% sure why. All right. Creative, 27 credits. What is she doing with that money? Ugh. This feels like we're playing way too honest Netrunner now. She needs to get in here, and she steals this. She still has enough credits to do whatever. We could do advance, Charlotte advance. I don't mind that. I think we've made it use the Toxin, not installed it. I kind of like Toxin. Okay, so she's pinning the Charlotte. I don't care if she takes down the Spin Doctor here. You always check the one in the remote server, right? She could have just ran that. I thought she was going to 2 for 1 on the Spin Doctor, but I'm not going to flinch on the Spin Doctor. I don't drawn to find more ice. Yeah, I feel like I'm under a lot of pressure because I don't know what's going on. So this means she can break the Winchester, but she can't break the Toxin. I'll use some bullets. She's never going to guess what the server is. That's the best thing we got going. Yeah, 2 credits. Feels great. Speaking of 2 credits, boom. We also can't Myoshu for obvious reasons, but measured will be online. Don't look at her 20 credits. It's not important. Blink is only fired once, but I see where... No, it's fired twice. Resing Winch was so suspicious. I mean, we just have an attacks on the revolver credits in case she runs back. I will use this now. I think I'm just going to go for the 2 hedgies. We have a Basalt, so I guess we do head Charlotte and split the difference. Now I'll do 2 hedgies. Go. Yeah, maybe we needed the 4 credits, especially because we just shoveled the hedge funds down on 2 credits. But I think we're happy going install advanced Sac Zone in their remote server and say do something or you lose. I don't see you taxing gun bullets. Maybe Winchester and remote server we don't on their own, but we also have a hammer on the table. I think I'm going to try. Oof, that's good. Yeah, now we are taxing the bullets. Sort of. Don't worry about the simul chip. We want to do install advance. And then we can put an antil on the table, I think. And basically she has to run this or the game is over. We could grab a hedge fund here. We can also grab a hedge fund and do double measured. So, you monkey. So we don't want to do that. But she has to do something now. Not yet you'll be so happy seeing this deck. I'm assuming the Shaper one, because I don't think it's ours. This looks like a Spin Doctor. I don't think she has time to run it. I don't see how Hiram has been useful here. It's fired like 3 times. Toxin does get eaten by Boomerang. Not obvious that she'd be playing Boomerang. I think she's on Illumination. Oh wait, so she's going to simul-chip off the read-write chair? Yeah, I think she's simul-chipping off of the read-write chair. That's kind of sick. I wanted to see this play for a while now. I think she saw you draw the antil. You might be right. It's hard to track. I need to do a better job tracking. So I think she has to trash the RWS and get a card in it on to the table. Or you just trash the RWS. So to get him use Schaefer. I wanted to see someone actually use something from the read-write chair. This is the first time. Euler. Okay, you break for 3. Could I put Event Horizon on server 2 and score next turn with 0 Basalt and Seamless? Yeah, I wanted to get money, and we have to install this face up. The thing is, if she breaks this, she's still gonna run it back with Event Horizon. It's not gonna change much because she breaks this for free. We can, but it's still a play we have. Okay, now she should run server 5 if she knows what this is. If anything, maybe we should have held the Antil to push it in the next turn. Yeah, that's probably better. She has 16 credits. Eventually her money will stop. Because we can do measured. I mean, that's not good. We can't even advance any of this ice. Okay. Let's see if we get Bernard. Stone Ship gets a gamble. I feel like we're playing so honest Netrunner, which is just score behind ice, and then she like makes 4 credits on every action she takes. Okay, so she can simul ship the Oiler. So she has to break Event Horizon, which will be 2 bullets. Then if she simul ships the bullets, she breaks the Winchester. I still think we do it. The Tucana isn't worth that much, but unfortunately we install this face up. Installing a Fly Swatter doesn't do anything. It gets broken for free if she flips this. But she might have to flip the Revolver. Repress, she hit gamble with all the blink triggers. Yeah, it's been mostly gambles. I guess it was a heart. She did put some gambles back, but like she's played so much money. And she still needs to run this and have 16, which I think she's well on board doing. I think we still do this. I think we just take a credit. We could put the Tucana in there just to get another Event Horizon. That's probably right, actually. The problem is like we click for a credit, so this is obviously not a defensive, but I think we do this. Does everyone advance hedge? I don't know if having more money now is important. It might actually be, because then we have to like grab double measured, that we might have wanted the Basalt for a trigger. Yeah, I think you're right, especially with the Tucana. Because now when you res the Event Horizon, we go down to 4, so we can't threaten it. So yeah, we probably shouldn't have put that. I should have done the math better. We also could have just done Basalt on the first click to see if it gets us something better to put in their remote server. I don't know what better would be, though. Once you steal this, notably, she's also on game point, and that means like Hiram can be incredibly relevant in a way that the game will just like deflate, because we have no good way to control that. The lone hammer doesn't end the run. I mean, seems right. Yeah, we have overextended a bit. I don't even think we can res this Tucana. If we res the Tucana, we go 2, we get an ice 3 less, 3 fewer. So this, it will cost us 3. Yeah, we're bankrupt. That seems bad. She probably just traces the Winchester, let's be honest, right? Oh, she's not? So she's just gonna pay Oilers. She hits another Harmony. That's so wild. Yeah, we did definitely need that money. I don't think it's gonna matter because she's gonna have way more than 16 credits. But forcing her through the toxin twice is something. Yeah, okay, no. Yeah, we actually do just need the money. Oh, that's so bad for us. Oh, yeah, that's so bad for us. Yeah, we might have had lethal here. It's Jover. No, it's going to be close. She's on 4. Yeah, we have no extract. Like we actually are caught here on low credits. If we have 1 more credit, we could Basalt for hedge fund. Oh, yeah, we punted. There's no card we could get here off the top that would put us on credits. The best we can do is credit hedge fund. We're literally 1 credit short. Installing the Tucana was the worst thing we could have done. Rip no petty cash. I mean, we'd have to hit off the Basalt. But yeah, installing the Tucana cost us the game because we'd been on 5. We do hedge fund, double measure, let alone Basalt stuff. Oh, that's so bad. Okay, well, we could have had it. The issue is now jamming agendas is a bit harder. We have 1 more Sac Zone. The other thing is we can do the 3-1 off of a Myoshu. Like that's a play pattern, but we have so much work to do here. Eventually should trash the measures. Value meat damage? Oh. Maybe? She lost a heart. It's pretty expensive. Draw credit, hedge, prey. I think if we do anything, we would maybe just basalt. Nah. Yeah, maybe it was right to basalt to grab Charlotte. I think it is. Yeah, I think it is. Credit hedge measured? I'm not sure. I can't tell what her hand is. I don't think she's on deep dive, so I don't think we actually have to like hunt that out. Losing 4 card draw is important, but like we also go down to 4 credits. Yeah, with the basalt, actually probably right. I know, I actually don't mind valued measured here because we have 2 basalt tokens. I think it's okay. Yeah, we were 1 credit short. That's really frustrating. Wow, a barrier in their remote server would have been good at this point. I think we have to basalt for Char. We trashed a hedge fund. Wow, it's all hedge funds. Fly Spotter's not terrible, but I think it's the worst card in her hand. Man, that's upsetting. Could have had it. I'm back. The first thing I see is remote Winchester. John, have you seen our remote server? It's so good. We were 1 credit short of lethal there. I don't know if Cat would have played different if we had it, but instead of like clicking for a credit or grabbing a hedge fund, I put a Tucana that we didn't res for complexity's sake. Oh, now she plays her resources. Under didn't click the toxin. Toxin's in 6. She spent 14 credits breaking this toxin. Measured your dead cards? No, we have 2 pointers and we have a 1 pointer. Myoshu is the def the worst card in hand. No, Myoshu means we can win off of our 1 pointer. And I want to hold on to that dream because it's like good TV. Okay. We could grab the event horizon, install the event horizon, put the basalt in the server. Oh yeah, no, she's only on 4. She has to break toxin, so she has to flicker the oiler. She's on Muse and Simulchip. She has 1 Simulchip left. We have no idea what the Muse situation looks like. She's on 6 credits. She has to do it twice. I mean, we could push it for sure. Do we? Yeah, Steven, we have 1 point agenda. So we could grab the thing, install, gain credits. The any basalt counter means we can't any the basalt. Oh, so true, so true. So maybe we just do tree line. Tree line basalt, Charlotte. See if she can do it. Then we can do... No, we have to advance the basalt, right? Because we can't do seamless. No, we can do double seamless. No, we can't do double seamless. We have to install and advance the basalt. That's scary. I'm scared. I think she's likely to be able to get in there. Like, she's on overclocks. I'm pretty sure we saw her overclock. Maybe that was the last game. Tree line advance, Charlotte push next turn. I don't think tree line advance is going to matter because bringing it to 6 strength doesn't really change the math when she breaks this with a propeller. I think event horizon is anything. Measures, it says successful run. Yeah, we can't play the measures. It's just successful run. Sorry. This is too long to think on a turn that should be super simple. Okay, I'm just going to play it out. And then if she gets in, she gets in. Maybe she thinks it's another Charlotte. I don't know. But she has to basically get in this turn. Didn't want to see the second Charlotte. Yeah, Event Horizon would be our best ice here, but just forcing 3 breakers is pretty good, and Toxin is expensive. Mind you, you can break the last 2 subroutines and then like let the 2 credits fire because you break and then you let unresolved. So you actually have to break 2. Archives check? Yeah, you got it. 1 Seamless, 2 Charles. Event Horizon. Not important cards. Oh, sorry, my face is there. So she has 4 clicks to figure this out. This Winchester is 2 credits. We can force the traces, somewhat. But the question is, what's this? So we're owned by Surprise Cupulation? Yeah, if she coupulates Archives, sure. But she just buys herself a turn and costs money doing it. Like if she does it, I'm not super upset. We just say, okay, you spent 2 credits and program on that. We'll just advance this next turn. Also, we can just basalt it to hand in response. So we have a couple ways.
Yeah, chat is saying that we can also basalt the seamless. Yeah, if we want to, it's risky because we could bin a 3-pointer, but if she steals, it's not the end of the world. But yeah, the paid ability window. That was the play at like Worlds again, 2024 Top Worlds, Lat versus Chenchling, where it's like a super cool play, where it's like you had to use the Vitruvius proactively because then the compilation stole like a fully op from archives. It was such a sick play. But yeah, Chenchling didn't pull it proactively, and then I think it was a fully op was held or a seamless or something. It was like a very important piece was being threatened by the archives run, and Chenchling didn't pull it back. It was very cool. Oh, it was the Audacity. Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, it was the stolen Audacity. Where technically, because we had the Vitruvius counters, any face down card was the Audacity threat. And Sokka's just like, no, it's mine. It was very, very cool line. That was such a cool game at the top 16. All right, we took time on our turn. Looks like she doesn't have an easy line. I think she can tell it's an agenda, but what are you going to do? We spin on the table and Chinch had another out since they were poor. I think he had a Vitruvius counter too. Maybe it was just a spin doctor. Maybe that's it, because that's like a harder line to see. That you have to spin away the Audacity so that the cup can't keep it hostage. Yeah, I remember it being like just the coolest series of very good pressure from both players. I mean, bling stuff. I mean, oh, don't yell. Stop yelling. Stop yelling, caps lock. You're here to do bling stuff. It's an SMC card back, not an actual SMC. Yeah, these are can't hover over those. You know what this lower of the cat's avatar looks like? Darth Vader? Darth Vader. I could see it. I don't know what her avatar is meant to be. It is really low resolution, and I have like a bright light over there, so it's hard to see. The colors are nice, but I don't know if I know what it is. Do you know what it is? I wouldn't say Darth Vader because there's too much like purple. And that guy doesn't wear a lot of colors. Surely she has it. Oh, that's not good. Rejig Poison Vial hits a stone chip. Oilers down. I don't know what's happening. I can't tell what's happening. I don't know why these cards are coming down. She has 2 clicks left. She still doesn't know how to break a tree line. But she did reset her Oiler. She can install the stone chip and draw 2 more. It technically draws 3 more because of bling. I mean, she can kind of do it still. She pops stone chip, find a fractor. Muse for coalescence. No, that ain't it, right? Does she have any tricks here? I don't see tricks. Is fractor. All right, we finally got there. Oh my god. I don't know what she's doing, but it is the coolest thing. Yeah, that's it. GG. Thanks, you too. Really cool deck. Yeah, Poison Vial is assuming she's on like some sort of weird trick, like Peach Shower, Boomerang or something. Highly recommend. What's the vial for? I am stunned that Rejig seems to fire bling. That's really, really cool. Where Fractor just clicked the Nuka? Yeah, but I think she also had to reset the Oiler. So like it was her way to reset the Oiler to have enough credits to do it twice. Breaking 20 Cloud Eaters with what though? Oh, Revolver. Got it. Can be changed, but on JNet Casual, it's bad. Yeah, I could see that. I could see a lot of ganked out there. Poison Vial, Flip Switch. The line seems so wild because it lost to Barry and Event Horizon. Oh, well, it depends what she drew. Like, she had 2 chances to hit things on Blink. I'm assuming she wanted to, like, tech out a Fractor and then be able to run it twice. Very cool. Hey, Tina, I stopped following Netrunner for a year to play Pokemon. Now I stumbled back into this game and I don't understand anything anymore. If you played a year ago, the majority of the cards you see on the table are weird. But let me let you in on a secret. I don't understand what's going on either. Cat across the table is playing a very creative deck with a lot of interaction points that when that last turn happened, I just said JNet is taking the wheel here. I do not know what's happening. Most people don't know what's happening. Cat knows what's happening, but we don't.
That's totally fine. There are shaper decks that do that. They're not super common. But notably, this console has been around for a bit. Maybe you've seen this. It just says if you install a free card, you get a card off of this. But yeah, I don't know what's going on here. There's like face down cards. It's weird. Yeah, our board state was very comprehensible. Very, very common Welyand remote server, Winchester Toxin. This is why I still watch you. Excellent. I mean, if one of us knows what's going on. Yeah. Hey, Hellclan. Cat, definitely take the wheel. How are we doing on time? It's 11:44. I think we have to call it there. Yeah, we generally are going to call it there. Got some work tomorrow in the morning. But thanks so much for hanging out, y'all. That was really quite fun. I'm actually glad we played the Rat Lat list as much as I don't have good things to say about those little guys. Oh, the humor. Okay, it's not the sharp play. I got it. That makes sense. I mean, here's the thing about remote Winchester. No one sees it coming. If it was not a revolver, like it's still good. It's like 2 subroutines and they're good subroutines. You have to break it. There are some decks where Winchester remote server is not bad. It's not awful. It's not awful. Like Drafter remote server like has good subroutines. This is technically that. I love Winchester remote server more than anyone. Huge shout out to all these names here and more. This is the Metropole. We're supported on Patreon to do stuff like this. The time, the money, the equipment, all this sort of stuff takes, yeah, exactly that. And well, I'm so thankful for all these names here. And of course, the Daily Cast patrons. I want to shout out, we just have a new Daily Cast patron. I just want to get the name right so we don't mess it up. Huge shout out to Cluedrew. Thanks so much for joining the Daily Cast patrons. If you want to support the channel, you can find a link to the Patreon always in the description. Mind you, we also take time after the stream to put all the things in the description that you might not know are there. There are timestamps, there's links to everything we've talked about, all the deck lists. They're always credited on YouTube. You just have to hit the more button. It takes a whole bunch of time. Hopefully you know that. But also, of course, there's a link to the Patreon. Do you know what's also down there? The easiest way to say thank you or to support the stream without spending any money whatsoever. It's just liking the stream. Like generally, if you're on YouTube, just liking, subscribing to the channel. It helps so much in the algorithm. Leaving a comment is a bit extra, but quite nice. So if you want to support, that's a nice way to do that. That's mostly it. We'll be back next Thursday. There's some events coming on. We'll be doing some streaming for the Summer Showdown, which is in a couple weekends. So that's, I think, 2 or 3 weeks from now. If you have a mega city coming up in the near future, best of luck, have fun. Have a way to beat Melias is the big thing that we'll definitely say up here at front, but it's going to be interesting to see how things evolve. In terms of content, I'm going to record some voiceover. We did record the stuff of the districts. It's in the old meta, but I should just play that here and color grade it and make sure that everything's level on the camera. And I'll just do some quick commentary over it because yeah, the games are interesting. We talked about them a bit on stream. The finals game is a bit wild, but we'll get there for sure. I hope you play a TTRPG at point. Justin, I do too. I definitely do too as well. Maybe we'll go get one of them fancy books and spend 50 hours trying to figure out how it works. But thanks so much for hanging out, y'all. We'll catch you in the next one. Take care, y'all.